So if your air conditioner goes on the fritz, or your washing machine blows up, or your video recorder conks out, before you call the repairman, turn on all the lights, check all the closets and cupboards, look under all the beds. Because you never can tell. There just might be a gremlin in your house.
Hello, people of the internet. It is your host, the one and only Kaiju Noir, here to wish you all a very early Christmas this year for our 2025 our 25 edition of our annual Christmas commentary special live stream watch party. It looks like we have quite a number of people in the chat already. We have King Little Caesar here saying, hey there, unfortunately can't be around for this stream because I'm now in Nashville with my family to see my stepsister's child born a few months ago. Congratulations to your stepsister. I'm very happy for you guys. Hope you have a wonderful time with your family. We have JF here in the chat who's saying, well, look who's come down to mingle with the commoners. Well, you know what? It's always a pleasure to be able to mingle with you guys. And let's see. And of course, we have Cole, aka Godzilla Gamer 772, aka Gingy Boy. Definitely check out our collaboration on our review, almost 2 hour review of Dragon Ball Daima. Mr. Kaiju Noir, it is actually the 6th of December, not the 25th, so it's not a Christmas live stream. Fake news, clickbaity. Yes, it is early for a usual live stream, only because I am going to be out of town the next several weeks. So I decided to host this live stream a bit earlier than I usually do. But nonetheless, we are sure to have a wonderful time. Joining me this evening, you've seen them, you've loved them, and you will continue to enjoy them again. Give it up for the dynamic duo that is Laura and Nick Fitkin.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going pretty well, I'd like to think.
Yes. And Nick's here. Nick's actually here.
I'm actually here.
No longer is the false advertising there with the Laura and Nick.
I just pretend that my husband's. I'm like, he's coming. He's someday. He's real. He exists.
He has come back from the ether, thankfully. It truly is a Christmas miracle. Let's see. He came back with the cigarettes and the milk and whatever it is. And also joining us again, everyone, stop. It's Miller time because Braden Connor is here.
Who doesn't love a little dick with their Miller? Hi, hoes. I just want to be combative with our commoners in the audience and say that this is one of the all too often June Christmas releases. This film came out in June of 1984, same weekend as Ghostbusters. So on that front, I can say we can never be too early for Christmas. We could have done this back in fucking July and we'd be fine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do people still do the whole Christmas in July thing? Or has that sort of like come and gone?
Oh, I'm sure Amazon has Christmas in every other month.
They sure treat their workers that way, like it's peak season all year round. Some people do. I would say celebrate all year round, and often we ostracize those people in society, but they're allowed out of their very brightly colored closets, I guess, during the winter months.
Let's see here. Also joining us in the chat, we have Doc Kaiju. Hi, all. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's see. King Little Caesar says, before I go, I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and enjoy the film of La Criaturas. I'm wondering if that's the Spanish title for Gremlins.
Gremlins versus Santo.
I would pay to see that
Yes.
in a heartbeat.
Oh.
Let's see. Kaiju Commander here. Merry early Christmas, Andres. A merry early Christmas to you too. We have the unbiased one here, Mr. Patrick Galvin, saying, good evening. What's with the snow cap? Bad hair day, or is the thermostat in the condo not working? Well, funny you should say that, because this is actually the beanie that Laura herself made for me that I decided to wear for the occasion. Yeah, it fits. Wonderfully designed, I must say. Always love. Truly, it truly is a wonderful feeling to see like your creation on an article of clothing made for you. It's truly one of the most heartfelt gifts. I still remember when you made the Draco Azul tree that one Christmas I was spending in Japan during COVID. Love that as well. And you know what? Speaking of Christmas gifts, I brought this up specifically to share with everyone.
Well, can I just say, and
Yes.
yet, Andres, you haven't yet once sported my Christmas-themed G-string that I've made. And,
unfortunately, I wanted to, but that YouTube said fuck no, and I just sort of went with that.
You
It's
didn't
there,
give him the Draco
really.
Mancini, did you?
Yes, I did. It's got a mistletoe belt buckle, all for you. You figured that out, and I think we're all missing out. But anyhow, look at this.
Yes. So Nick and Laura commissioned our good friend Tyler Souls, the artist behind the Draco Azul comic book series, to illustrate this wonderful piece of Draco Azul ice skating with the ice skates made from his usual arm blades. I thought it was really cute, really wonderful, very inventive, beautiful all around. I shared it online. I was like, I have to share this with everyone, and everyone I've shown this to absolutely loves it. It got a huge, overwhelmingly positive response on social media. And so just wanted to give the chance to share this with everyone and give a big public thank you to Laura and Nick for doing this.
I think I had the idea last year when we were making fun of Ace, because you were like, Ace wanted to put the blades on his feet, and I'm like,
yes, that was a concept that he wanted to do. I was like, I haven't established anything like that, and if I do, I want to I'd rather save it down the line.
I just kept thinking of like, what's the Wesley Snipes line for Blade? It's like, motherfuckers,
motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
I was just like, Draco Azul needs to ice skate on the blades. I'm like, that'd be the stupidest and most amazing thing ever.
Is Draco Azul going to go up against Tanya Harding in the Christmas edition of the Primal Warrior comic book?
He's gonna strangle her with her scarf.
Love
yeah,
to see it.
That's gonna be the Christmas one-shot special.
That's what her ankle said when he hit him with the bite.
Yes.
Didn't she just scream "Why"? Isn't that what she yelled? Why? Do you remember?
I thought she said "Why me?" I thought that
Wait,
was
no,
like the contention of it. I don't know.
Oh,
Tanya Harding, let the holidays rush on in.
On-time references.
Yeah.
We're all about. Speaking of outdated references, Joe Dante is. He existed. He still does in my heart and in the heart of all men.
Absolutely. He directed the first Captain America, right?
No, that was Joe Johnston. That was the same director as
I keep getting my Joes
Rocket.
confused.
Yeah. I was about to
He directed Rocket Man, right? That's the movie.
I was about to say that. The Rocketeer. The same difference. Yes.
I'm a Rocketeer.
And I'm going to be high as a kite.
Doc Kaiju says Gremlin and Gremlins 2 are two of my favorite movies of all time. That is awesome. Cole said, if I'm celebrating Christmas in July, that means I've officially lost the plot more than I already have. So is this drawing canon? You know what? Sure. Yeah, it happened somewhere, sometime.
In space.
In a galaxy far, far away, maybe. Who knows? It's up to interpretation. I'll leave it at that.
It was all the dream of a child.
The Draco Azul snow globe. There
Yeah.
are licensing opportunities. You could be our generation's Gizmo.
We can potentially do that. Take a little chibi Draco Azul.
Oh, though, and nobody cared.
Well, that's a funny thing. So we were talking about this, how there was news of a Gremlins revival for the longest time, and then there was an announcement of a Gremlins TV show on Netflix called Secrets of the Mogwai.
You almost said Secrets of the Ooze, didn't you?
Yeah. At least I stopped myself. And so it just sort of I heard about the title. I knew that it was coming out, and I just never heard anything of it. And then I just learned from Laura that like not only did it ran for 2 seasons, but it sort of like already came and went. Season 1, 10 episodes in 2023. Season 2 in also 10 episodes in 2024. So like it's done, it's over with. And I'm like, when did this happen? How did this happen? How did no one on the internet talk about it?
God. I had no idea it existed until this very moment. It looks like the worst thing I've ever seen. This looks like fucking Coco Melon levels of animation.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
They like drunkenly to ask the people that did what's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, like the
Mutant
good
Mayhem.
Mutant Mayhem,
Yeah.
the movie, and they were like, "Hey, you want to do Gremlins?" They're like, "Yeah, but we're gonna pay you 25%, and then we want it tomorrow." They're like, "Okay, we got you."
Looking at it, it definitely looks like it's trying to be like a cell shaded CGI, but like I don't know, it's really not working for me.
No. It's like Nick Jr. shit here. It looks like I'm just the brief overview here. The Adventures of Sam Wing, who is the proprietor, the Keeluk, the mystical man, in his youth, and Gizmo the Mogwai in China. Enough said. And it's got like, I know the font is trying to similarly, look like the original Gremlins font, but something about it reminds me of like a shitty Lilo and Stitch type of deal. I don't know, the blue against the red somehow. This is awful.
I don't need to know where they came from. Like, that's out of all
Right.
The mysticism is the point. You're not supposed to worry about that.
Now, I've always found this interesting. In the novelization of Gremlins, based on the original script, they did explain that the Mogwais are aliens and that Gizmo himself was kicked off his own planet for being too nice compared to the usual Mogwais. And that's how he somehow ended up on Earth. What was that?
So it is Lilo and Stitch, isn't that what happened?
Yeah, basically.
Well, it sounds a lot like E.T. Like there was the second planned E.T. sequel where it was similarly supposed to be that he was kind of kicked off his planet for being a nicer version of the E.T. species or something. They were going to do a sequel with plants or something, and they tried tying that into the
planet.
E.T. The Green Planet. Yeah.
They eventually turned that.
We're just like, bye.
Yeah, they eventually turned that concept into the E.T. ride at Universal Studios.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We got our
and yeah, it is kind of strange. So, Laura, did you ever saw this show?
No.
Okay.
I saw the trailer, and because Nick, I know how much Nick likes the movie, and I remember we watched the trailer and I sent it to him, and I was like, "Why is that thing on a skateboard?" And then apparently Nick just remembered now that
I forgot that it existed. Well, I thought when we watched the trailer, I thought that. Oh, it must have just been canceled, never came out, and then apparently, I don't know.
If anything, it kind of reminds me of like a lot of those TV shows that also just sort of like came and went. Like Pacific Rim, The Black, it was a thing.
I forgot about that, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure remember there was what was the Warwick Davis Leprechaun Willow? There was a Willow TV show.
Yeah.
That also came and went.
Like, was it the Dark Crystal? That was
Dark Crystal. At least Dark Crystal made enough of an impact where like it had like a strong following, and people at least I saw people talking about it before I eventually saw it myself. But yeah, that also sort of like left. But I would say people at least cared about that show. I'm talking about like shows that sort of like it was announced and then it was a thing and then it left and nobody cared after it left.
Yeah.
Even stuff on
TV.
TV.
That's going to be all of our legacies, you realize, in 100 years from now.
Probably. But
we all had a short stint on Paramount Plus, and then we were quickly forgotten.
We all have a short stint on the live on the streaming service that is Life.
Speaking of short stints, what was that about Warwick Davis? Did he play Gizmo?
I mean, who knows? Maybe the dude's a very versatile actor.
I want to see his series "Life's Too Short" or something. It was a short BBC thing he did with Ricky Gervais that apparently was well received. I don't know, but it was just him as an actor without any appliances attached to his diminutive face, and he seems like a gleeful enough fellow given his vertical disposition. Andres, you know something about this?
Well, anyways,
okay.
Doc Kaiju said Secrets of the Mogwai is mid. The show watches mostly like a family. I'm assuming they meant to say it's like a family series or a family show for the first majority of the show. Then the gremlins start massacring people. It could not decide what it was. Yeah, like a family show.
Yeah.
Well, this is the first time I've ever heard a Mogwai described as mid, and there's a new. Every day you find something new.
You got to keep up with that Gen Z slang, Brayton. Yeah. You got to keep up with that skibbity Ohio Riz.
Right, Stripe mid AF. Am I right? What a cock.
Oh,
6, 7. So when do I feed them? After 6, 7, 6, 7?
Fucking bussin', yo. Let's see. Speaking of Gremlins, do you know there was a Gremlins ride in Germany that featured AlphaVol characters?
That's great. I want to bring Alpha up during our commentary. But believe it or not, there is a tie-in that I want to mention.
Okay, I'd love to hear this.
Did this take place after Alf was arrested and his show ended?
Oh my god!
He joins the CIA and is then on a special secret agent mission to mutilate the wife, wipe out the Mogwai.
I watched the TV movie Project Elf at long last, and it was so disheartening and disappointing because he never gets back with the Tanners. So it's a completely unresolved issue.
You know, I recently heard this thing online where apparently there was a very recent attempt to bring Alf back into the spotlight, but what stopped it was the creator of Alf.
Yes,
really
Paul Fusco.
Yes, he really, really wanted he wanted to portray Alf not as a puppet, even outside of the movies and TV shows. He wanted to portray him like an actual actor. So like, unlike the Muppets where they do exactly that, but outside of the camera, you can clearly see, there's puppeteers that anyone there on the scene can see. He's like, no, we got to hide all the puppeteers from both the viewers and the audience. And that's what they did on the Alf TV show. They had like the most overly elaborated sets possible to hide the puppeteers at all times from everyone, including the actors themselves. And it was just way too expensive, way too complicated.
That's why it ended effectively. It was one of the most expensive shows at the time. And I mean, he was popular as ever. The ratings were fine, but it was just such a costly for time as well, because the thought of installing all these trenches for him to move and everyone making it was miserable. So maybe that's another reason why none of them ever wanted to come back to.
I just imagine people would like fall. Like every time I saw like
they did. People did.
I'm like, how did people not die?
Yeah, well, it's a thing that I definitely want to bring up during our comment, because I listened to both commentaries for it, so I am well versed in Gremlins lore and history and production history with this movie. But that's a thing they definitely bring up with this, is the fucking hassle of waiting around for them to dig more trenches and maneuver around and block out scenes, because it's just treacherous as all hell. And
fun, guys, like, come on.
And like all they gotta do is just keep the puppeteers off of the camera, like out of frame. That's all you need to do. But this guy was so obsessed about keeping the puppeteers unseen to make you believe that Alf was real. Well,
it's amazing now, because I think maybe, and it's the best thing for him, that Alf exists purely at this point to do cameos for like a nostalgia type of thing, in commercials, or he was on that show The Goldbergs for like a cameo. Where I guess the girl in that show is writing a letter to him, and he's screaming at his assistant outside of his office, which was funny. But he had his own talk show for a little while on TV Land when that existed with Ed McMahon.
He's in the
drugs cartoon,
anti-drug Bugs Bunny movie. Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not Bug. It's the Muppets one. Is Bugs Bunny in it?
Yeah, it's all-star cartoons to the rescue.
Yeah. The Muppet Babies were in there as well. Yeah.
George H.W. Bush was in there as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, God.
His proudest achievement.
Yes.
You could probably watch the movie. Do you remember the stupid story behind that, where they tried to do the drug deal, but they couldn't do the drug deal? They were trying to have a thing before the show where they're like, we brought this drug in front of the White House. So they're trying to negotiate this drug deal in order to frame the drug dealer, be like, we bought these
Laura,
drugs.
you're jumping ahead. You're retelling the pre-production of Gremlins 2 right now. You're jumping way ahead. There was a drug deal and a great Key and Peele sketch revolving around that.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you very much, Jacob Baker, the Kaiju Maker, for joining us. He also had a fun cameo on The Love Boat.
The Love Boat.
Just going through these comments here. Let's see.
For the record, I also enjoyed the Gilligan's Island episode of Elf. Where he had he became obsessed with that TV show to where he built an island in his backyard and then dreamed he was on the show, and the actual cast members from the show were there.
Oh,
I had moments like that.
Yes. Let's see. We never need to know the complete origins of gremlins. Let them be mysterious, cute critters whose turns as scary monsters. Hollywood just can't leave things well enough alone. That's Hollywood in a nutshell, my friend. Cole said, I never forgot Pacific Rim the Black. Hashtag long live Pacific Rim the Black. The Dark Crystal show was actually really good. Sorry, never got another season. I'm very sad about that too. Doc Kaiju also said that they loved the Dark Crystal show, but it gave a lot of children nightmares. Kaiju Commander said, Alf versus the Gremlins. Make it happen, but not really, please. LOL.
Yeah.
Let's see. Legend of the Mogwai had Mrs. Claus instead of Stripes for at least the first season. I enjoyed her character, actually. I haven't seen season 2 yet. And then proceeds to say Gremlins versus Critters versus Ghoulies.
Yeah.
That's right. That was a whole subgenre of like horror films, creature features, where it's just like creepy little mischievous monsters just running amok and causing mayhem and havoc. Also I shared this before. Mr. Tanner's actor was always miserable on set and would vent his frustrations on the Alf puppet itself.
Yes. There's a lot of great, and by great I mean very cringeworthy behind the scenes B-roll from the set of Alf, where like they're just fucking around, and the puppet is being really racist and pretending he has Tourette's, which that's been a very famous clip that has been circulated. Where I think the title of the video, it's still online. It's got like 12 million views, called "Alf was racist" in all caps with question mark.
Question mark.
I recommend
a red arrow pointed at him on the thumbnail.
Alf said, "What? Alf voted for who?"
Hashtag.
He's an alien. Doesn't
Alf...
he know this is against his self-interest?
He's an alien.
My God.
All right. So
was it Ice that arrested him at the end?
Yes.
It has to be that's the canon. That's canon now.
Oh God.
And hence the TV show was, as they say, put on ice. There you
go.
All right,
Thanks.
so let's get this party started. So let
like,
us.
It's filler time.
Yes, it's. Let's see. So we are going to have. Well, I have the link in the description of the video below, or unless people have the video already, you already own a personal copy of this movie. We are going to give just a little bit of time for you guys to get the video started and paused at 00, in which case we will be playing the video very shortly. Let's see. Jacob Baker also mentioned, did Alf was racist have more views than the clip of Porky Pig cursing?
Oh my God. You could do an entire compilation film called Cartoons Unleashed or something, and then put it out there.
Oh yeah.
There would be markets of the internet that buy it. 4chan would go crazy.
Yeah.
I think I saw like this one, like it was a short clip of various outtakes from the original 80s Transformer cartoon. So you would hear like Optimus Prime ready to like say something, and before like Ironhide, get ready to shit. What was that?
There's a fucking fly in here. There's a fly in here.
All right.
I really hope the outtakes of Orson Welles recording Unicron or whatever were as funny and obscene as his Frozen Peas outtakes, and I hope they make it out there.
Is it as good as the the Island of Dr. Monroe, where he's just like picking up, because he had all of his lines fed to him through an ear.
Oh, you're talking about Marlon Brando.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, at that point, like that was like relatively, like by the time of Superman, he started doing the thing where he would have cue cards that someone would be in charge of walking steadily in front of him if he had to walk and talk at the same time with cue cards in his hand, and that caused a big rift between him and Christopher Reeve and everybody else. And he had some like bullshit excuse of like, well, you know, if I'm going to say it, if I memorize it, it won't come out as authentic, but if I say it out loud, then I'm in the moment.
Because we all know when you read things, it sounds so good.
Yeah, there were stories of him like writing on like the Paste-it notes and like pasting it to his actors' heads, like who was supposed to be talking to in a reverse shot. At that point, it's like, we're paying this man how much?
Well,
Marlon Brando voted for who?
Marlon Brando did what?
Marlon Brando did a lot of things.
Diaper of the baby? Isn't that the joke?
What?
Where like he's trying to this is my son, and he's just reading the Pampers lines that are like written on the baby's diaper.
Oh yeah. Well, it's funny you mentioned Island of Dr. Moreau. He as Dr. Moreau in that film has a assistant midget in that film, and apparently that was all his idea. Like him being such a nuisance on Apocalypse Now, he just showed up to set and I guess let him do what he wants, you know, and no one stopped him. So
I really want to see the documentary about the making of the island
You
of
should
Dr.
watch
Moreau.
that for the next
Yeah.
stream. It's not related to any holiday. What is it? It's the madness.
Oh yeah,
I love that. I just feel bad because that whole thing with the midget, like there was a whole actor that was supposed to be that role, and he's like, I like this midget better. And the guy's like, I was like, I trained at Juilliard, and I was like, no.
He's like, no, I saw this on the news, and now it is mine.
I brought my own freak from home. Yeah.
Bring forth the mini midget man. You're like, okay.
And then the former director was hiding in the woods watching the film being made.
And you tried to came back on set as an extra and wanted to burn it down. Oh my god, I love that. The whole documentary is just great.
Ironically, a mini me Marlon Brando would be the size of a normal man, though, so it doesn't work out at all. Interesting.
Oh, I was spit.
Let's see. JF did say before he forgets, what are your thoughts on the recent Godzilla anime news? Well, I'm disappointed that it's not Singular Point Season 2, but at this point, I've already kind of given up on that ever happening.
Never in my life would I give up on that.
So we got a new anime. We don't know what it's called, but it's a 3D anime about a human boy who has the powers of Godzilla. So already this tells me that this is going to be a typical shonen battle manga style story where you're going to have most likely various characters, good and bad, who each are based off of different Toho monsters. I'm sure there's going to be a Mothra girl and maybe a Ghidorah villain. And it's not a new concept. It's like the idea of taking something that's not human and making them human, and that's the whole gimmick. That's something that's been done a lot throughout video games, anime, comic books, what have you. Super Robot War, the Super Dynamic Studios, Dynamic Productions, Super Robots like Getter Robo, Mazinger Z, they were all turned into anime girls for Super Robot Girls Z. What was it? The Ultraman Netflix series, basically, let's take the Ultraman, the Ultra Brothers, and turn them into various characters with power armor. Or there was a mobile game where it's like, let's take Kamen Riders and turn them into anime pretty boys for this mobile game.
Yes.
Twisted
was that out loud?
Twisted Wonderland, a similar concept. Mobile game.
Yeah.
Let's take the Disney villains and also turn them into anime pretty boys. Pokemon Rebirth is the most direct example of this. Let's take Pokemon, fuse them with humans, so now you got humans with the power of Pokemon. So again, it's a concept that's it's not new at all. A lot of people have also drawn comparison to Kaiju number 8. I still haven't seen that anime nor read the manga, so I can't speak on it. But
so to say that we all hope everybody enjoys Gajinkazilla and is happy with what they're getting.
This is pretty much exactly that. It's like, hey, here's a human version of this popular monster. And I know there's a lot of people already bitching and whining that it's not a traditional Kaiju story, but I think the thing that people tend to forget is that people who are into traditional Kaiju stories, we are a very niche bunch. And so to go for that specific demographic, it's not going to be, at least in the eyes of the studios who greenlight these projects, it's not going to be profitable enough, at least for them. So they're like, let's take this other formula that's proven to be a success and apply it to Godzilla in order to make it relevant and reach out to a new generation, new demographics and whatnot. So I like that Toho continues to be experimental with their brand. I know it's not what a lot of hardcore fans want, but we already kind of have that in the form of the various movies that we have. If you want a serious Godzilla movie, we got -1. If you want a more turn your brain off popcorn flick, we got the Monsterverse for that. If you want a more serialized storytelling, we have Monarch for that. Regardless how I personally feel about all these different versions of Godzilla, there's a version for everyone. And so I can see how Toho would be looking at the anime medium and trying to do something new to placate to a new group of people, to expand the audience rather than keep it very, very limited. Because after all, You look at something like Gamma Rebirth, which was a complete and total bomb financially wise. You know, whether regardless if you like it or not, Gamma Rebirth was not successful, and that was about as traditional of a kaiju anime as you can get. Meanwhile, you have something like, say, Kaiju number 8, which is more character focused. You can say the same thing about SSSS Gridman, the Gridman Universe project. It does feature a lot of traditional giant hero kaiju action, but also it's much more character focused than your typical kaiju style story. So it's important to look at the big picture of things and see, okay, who is this being targeted to and why? And so that's why I can't really fault them for making the decisions they decided to make. Now, am I excited for the new anime? Not really, just by concept alone. It's really got to wow me in terms of either visuals or just writing wise, because honestly, no idea is a bad idea. It all comes down to an execution. And so Gijinka Godzilla could potentially work, but
You sick fucks.
there's, like I said, it's something for someone out there. Oh, let me cosplayers. We've seen plenty of cosplayers. You know, Laura herself has done so the same, of taking a monster and doing a more humanoid version of that.
There's the whole
Peacefully, I would
comic.
say.
There's the Godzilla Girls comic.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how to say it. It's a little bit more lewd than
I
it
think
came
I know
out
what
the
you mean.
same year. Yeah.
That was unofficial, right? I believe that was an
Yeah,
unofficial project.
yeah.
Yes, okay, I know
It was
I've heard of
not
this thing.
equal,
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that was unofficial.
People gave money to that unofficial project. So again, there is an audience for that. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, there's been plenty of artwork about humanoid or humanized Godzilla characters. There's been cosplays of humanoid Godzilla characters. So it's like, let's not pretend that nobody wanted this, okay? Yeah. Not only is there an audience for this kind of stuff, but there's also have been signs of this sort of stuff already within the fandom. But again, we have to look outside the fandom, because that is what Toho is trying to go for with this. So it could be a generic battle manga anime that you've seen a million times, or it could be something new and fresh and intriguing. But ultimately, I'd rather wait and see when it comes out. But all I got to say is, just based on what little we know so far, it's not enough to get my interest yet.
It looks like the guy just didn't really like any of the anime, so maybe just like don't watch them.
Yeah, like I said, just stick to the MonsterVerse or -1, -0 or whatever.
Or any of the other 40 fucking movies there are.
Any of the other
and
movies.
television shows and comic books.
Watch some
And
Garo.
puppet shows.
Yeah, like watch Garo.
Watch Garo. Go do that instead.
Yeah, like I learned that I don't like the MonsterVerse, so when that movie came out, didn't watch it, and you know what? Really fucking happy.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's see. Go for it.
I don't understand if they're trying to appeal to some sicko out there who wants BDSM Gaiden. You already have BDSM Gaiden. Watch Final Wars again. Miraculous.
Exactly.
Wait, no, you know about Brayton, I'll send you some pictures.
Oh, I've seen Big Booty Bitch Gaiden on that puppet show, whatever it is.
No, have you seen Razor Bandersnatch Gaiden?
You're gonna have to fill me in on that later. No, I have not.
Oh, she'll fill you in.
Merry Christmas, one and all.
Can we watch Gremlins now?
Ooh wee! I just want to read the comments here while I was talking.
Gremlin caca.
Why does the main character look like Deco from My Hero Academia? Jacob Baker said, all I can imagine is a Godzilla version of that time I was reincarnated as a Yamcha. I love that 3-chapter miniseries. Let's see. To be fair, that Ultraman Netflix show was based on a manga series before Netflix got it. Netflix was not. I didn't bring it up because of Netflix. I brought it up because it was a Japanese. It was something that Tsuburaya decided to greenlight, regardless if it was a Netflix show or a manga or an anime. I was just brought it up because the whole premise itself is somewhat similar.
Netflix can't keep their hands off anything these days, can they? Hence Gremlins, a Warner Brothers film.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We're in trouble.
Something's come along and it's burst our bubble. Another 3D anime. Let's see here. Gridman was really good. Yes, absolutely. I'd highly recommend Gridman. My issue with the experimental stuff, the anime stuff is doing, I feel like I've been burned twice. I didn't like the anime trilogy, didn't like Singular Point. That's perfectly fine. And you know what? If it's not for you, then like I said,
Don't
there's
watch
plenty of
it.
there's plenty more Godzilla out there, of content out there still coming out. It's not like this was like 2009 and this was like the only thing coming out.
Oh man, yeah.
Let's see here. Atomic Stick Figure says there's an audience for these things. Yes, Scaly.
Yes.
You're not wrong there, Jacob.
There's something out there for everyone out there, and for those out there, they should be put somewhere.
I like that. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started on Gremlins. It's Gremlin time. We're at 0-0, so we're going to be starting in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Chad Gremlins versus Simp Ghoulies or Critters. Yeah, so again, rest in peace, how timely. As a note, something fun. This is one of the first films to bring back the classic WB Shield logo because for the longest time through the 70s, they just used the Warner Communications logo, which is like a little shrinky dick, white W logo against a red background.
Okay. I didn't know that they took it out for a while.
Yeah, it was like a whole decade where they were trying to be more serious and rebrand themselves. Like, I don't know if it was sort of a McDonald's type of thing where it's like, that's too cheesy. It's too, we're past this. We have to be more serious. So they did a simplified version. Deal. Yeah, we see it at the end of the ending credits of this movie, but anyhow. Chinatown. Forget about it, guys.
I always just imagine that what is it? What's the one movie? The Big Trouble in Little China the next day in the same area.
Yeah, I always kind of view like, I kind of think in some ways John Carpenter and Joe Dante and even like Tim Burton to an extent are like three heads of kind of a kindred spirit. And it's on like a whole sort of wavelength, spectrum there with how serious and how scary some of the things get. But all people who, wear their nostalgia for a lot of the same.
If they were children, like Joe Dante would be like the happy baby child that 50s, was like
on their sleeves and pay definite homage throughout.
Did a UFO just flow by?
Yes. Don't question it. They were dropping some gremlins off.
Can you switch to our other thing or our iPads?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Did not notice that. There you go.
That was the UFO that passed by.
My lord. And here we're seeing as Zach Galligan's father here is Hoyt Axon, who was a country western singer and an actor on the side. I know him purely from the song he did for the movie Mitchell, which was one of the famous MST3K episodes, Joel's last episode officially. So a high point in his career. And this is Key Luke, who famous for being the original Kato in the 40s Green Hornet serials, as well as Master Po from the TV show Kung Fu, and the voice of Kenji Sahara in the American Rodan. So,
oh my God.
I wondered if I, a 20th century man, could hope to die as well. Oh shit, a gremlin. That was how the movie ended. But he is great in it. I think it's a shame. I admire the irreverency that the sequel has for this first film and how it kind of deconstructs a lot of the stuff. But I hate that he dies like 5 minutes into the second movie because he's so cool. And I don't want a fucking animated show about his backstory.
We gotta know where he came from. We gotta know what kind of, if he was a cool dude with an attitude.
He came from the Orient.
Oh God!
Yeah, how his eyeball got that way?
Yeah, that's the cliffhanger of like season 1 or some bullshit.
Starts flashing.
Oh, it's just like what is it in the Avengers or whatever with Samuel L. Jackson, which is like a cat attacked him.
Yeah. Well, if I want anything with this character, it's a Pawn Stars type show with this character, reality-based show.
So it ends up being like the very first gremlin ever from doing the feeding incorrectly is what gave him the eye color because it's the first scratch.
Of course.
And it was like 12:05, and he's like, obviously we can't feed these after midnight.
No.
In 1984 money.
Oh. This just makes me sad that Shang Tsung died.
Yeah.
Was it Carrie? The guy that played Shang Tsung. The guy that where else was he in? Surf Ninjas.
Yes. And the Mortal Kombat 90s movies. Why can't I think of what else he is?
Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Yeah, he passed away like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We were literally watching a Mortal Kombat documentary, and then it came out. We were just like, we should not watch these things.
Oh, wow.
When you found out that he died, was the headline fatality?
Shang Tsung loses.
I think that was probably what the Grim Reaper was saying after he got him.
My God.
Death wins.
I don't remember the scene of him just walking through the town.
They got to establish the rules. This movie was shot at the same time, but in dual locations, primarily at the Universal backlot, which we'll see a lot of and recognize a lot of it. But this is part of the Warner Brothers backlot, this little Chinatown street. And now we transition to Hill Valley, aka every other Universal film of the 80s.
As someone who has someone who has experienced the Universal Studio backlot tour countless times, I definitely see this.
Yeah, I was like, this just looks like the Back to the Future.
Yeah, it was like I saw the pillars for the clock tower in the corner.
Oh yeah, the theater that they blow up, you'll see it and you'll recognize it. It's at the end of the street where Marty goes, rushing off, and you have the hobo, damn drunk driver. It's that same corner.
Do you think if they did release this, if this movie had come out now, would one of their selling merchandise items have been that toothbrush that he has?
Oh yeah, I would have loved to. All of the inventions he has in this film that don't work, I would own in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I would say out of all of the stupid gimmicky movies, his made sense.
Yeah.
Like I appreciated that they didn't wear it's a thing that does 8 million different things. It's like, no, I feel like that's something somebody would buy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like, look at our smartphones today. It's like, oh, it's a computer, it's a telephone, it's a little remote control. It can do everything. It's an MP3 player.
But weirdly, it's a phone that you barely ever use as a phone.
It's a phone.
Someone's calling me. Ignore.
No,
I'm just reminded go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it reminds me of the watches from Spy Kids, where it's like you can do all these things except tell time.
Oh God, I've still yet to see a single Spy Kids movie, but I saw on theatrical release. I saw Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D at a local theater.
I'm so sorry, Brayson.
you were 4, weren't you? How old were you?
Well, no, 5 or 6, something like that. I wasn't living here, so that's how I know that I was that young. But
you were.
But anyway, I saw a credit.
Land.
That's right. With all the sexy man it does. But anyway, I saw a credit that just reminded me. Both this and the sequel have weird Breaking Bad / Better Call Saul connections, and there's actually theories online that this film takes place in the Breaking Bad universe because Jonathan Banks just appeared, and he'll appear later as a young cop. He was famously Mike, the fixer, the cleaner, Saul's guy on both those shows. So he appears as the sort of younger drunken cop that we see later on, which was like Tom Dryers. He does Santa every year. And also in the second film, Dean Norris, who was Hank on that show, and Tuco, Raymond Cruz, that actor, both appear in that film. But everybody's fucking in the sequel, so A Boy's Life. Hulk Hogan's in the fucking Leonard Maltin, everybody. A Boy's Life and Watch the Skies. A Boy's Life was the production working title for E.T., and Watch the Skies, the working title for Close Encounters. Spielberg, obviously the producer, and he appears in this film as well later on.
Is the Chris
cameo.
Columbus the same Chris Columbus that does the Harry Potter movies?
Yes, not the Chris Columbus that sailed the ocean blue, but yes, that
Damn
Chris
it.
Columbus, Laura, and Home Alone, and so this script, as Andres kind of alluded to earlier, was far darker in its initial stages, and was written when he was still like a screenwriting student. It was kind of more of just like a spec sort of, thesis kind of script, not meant to be produced.
Wouldn't it be cool if there were these things that were like,
yeah. So he didn't put a lot of necessarily, I don't want to say thought, but he didn't, put the effort into thinking this would be made. Spielberg got a hold of it. He knew Joe Dante from making Piranha, which was his favorite of all the Jaws ripoffs, as well as The Howling. And he thought this would be good for a low budget horror film, which became increasingly still mid-budget, but, with all of the ingenuity and time and effort put into the effects, progressively larger in, things that it necessitated. And a studio got involved, and here we are today. And these two are the cutest in the world, and I'll hear no different. Judd Nelson apparently was going to play Billy originally, or was up for it.
Thank God, that didn't happen.
I know. I could. Yeah, Zach Galligan is so much more adorable.
Yeah,
I like him a lot.
It's nice to see two brunettes. He's usually
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Phoebe Cates. She was also in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember where Zach also was featured in.
Your dog.
I don't know if he's done much. I don't know if he's done much else. I know this was definitely his first major feature, though. He brings that up in the commentary, and he was kind of intimidated to be a part of this acting against Phoebe because she was kind of big writing off of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and was more of a, I wouldn't say scandalous type character, but she could definitely hold her own with her, and so him trying to. And also his character was originally written to be a much younger, like I think 13-year-old. So that's why he's like hanging out with Corey Feldman later on. And it's kind of weird in the original. In this version. Yeah. But and then they moved him and bumped him up to being right out of high school. There was Dick Miller again. He was just standing there and walked off awkwardly. Yep, he's everywhere. Damn it.
It's like a Hitchcock cameo.
Exactly right. And Miss Deagle here is, I always found to be such a bitch. She's kind of a combination of, this movie takes obvious cues from It's a Wonderful Life. Joe Dante said his idea was if It's a Wonderful Life was invaded by the birds was kind of the tone that he was going with. And so she's kind of a cross of Mr. Potter and Mrs. Gulch, who turns out to be the witch in Wizard of Oz with her little "I'll get your dog" line that she gives in a minute.
Is that the man with a pipe? Is he a cameo? I feel like that's somebody.
Yeah, that is Harry Carey Jr., who, not to be confused with the baseball announcer, who was in a bunch of... No. He was in a bunch of John Ford, John Wayne Westerns, back in the 40s. He was in, The Searchers and Red River and stuff. So, Chuck, there's a lot of cameos in this film. Chuck Jones appears in a little bit because Joe Dante couldn't help himself. He's a Looney Tunes obsessive.
I couldn't tell watching this movie.
You never believe it. It's amazing. Shout out to this dog too. Is one of the great dog. He's so expressive with every cutaway to him.
He looks like Benji.
Yeah.
And that lady looks like a
Just massacre the dog.
I'll make him into a pie.
It is weird that there was a time when you could watch children's television, be like, I'm gonna kill these 101 dogs. You're like, what?
But it's okay because they'll redeem them in a awful prequel.
Oh, why'd you gotta remind me that movie exists, Brayton?
Hot Topic meets Devil Wears Prada bullshit.
Aww. That dog's probably stuffed somewhere, isn't it?
No.
The harsh fact whenever you watch any movie featuring an adorable pet.
They're
What is
long
that?
dead.
That looks like some I've seen fan art that looks like that before.
Abagon, the monster of all mothers. There's Chuck Jones. I guess Captain Clip-On's better than being Captain Strap-On, right? I guess.
It depends where you are and what you're doing.
It depends the environment, I guess. Yes.
Yeah. feel like the clip-on would not be secure in a strap-on situation.
You're seeing a lot more action there, yes. Judge Reinhold here, who from also from Fast Times at Ridgemont High and the Beverly Hills Cop movies, his character was meant to have a bigger role in this. He kind of disappears soon after the scene, as what you believe would be the complication between him and Phoebe.
It's kind of funny how like this is kind of like movie features a lot of people that were just sort of around during the 80s, which of course is a no-brainer, but it's just kind of funny how like the 80s was a big, there was that big boom of those like teen dramas, like
the Breakfast Club and all that stuff,
right, 16 Candles. I'm blanking on one more. There's probably one more I'm forgetting, but John Hughes movies.
Yes.
And so you got these actors who are kind of like floating around, who are just around. You've seen them here and there a lot. So it's kind of funny how seeing this movie, which has nothing to do with that genre, happening to still feature those lingering signs of that time.
They're probably just literally on the Universal lot.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, you had a definite stable, and so this is like a good mix of people that you recognize, and then people who Joe Dante was, and I mean this in a good way, doing favors for. This was kind of and again, this is a unique time and place where, with this and the sequel, where this movie was so kind of under the radar, wasn't hugely backed by the studio until they laid eyes on Gizmo and saw dollar signs, so he could kind of operate with whoever his mainstays, who he likes putting in his movies, like Dick Miller. And with the second one, it was kind of like a favor where they gave him carte blanche, where you can do whatever you want. So it's a better time where you could just put anybody who was hanging around in your movie. Nowadays, you still have stables of actors who fill the, we need a 20-something leading man. Get Timothy Chalamet on the horn. But it's so much, but it's so much more forced, and there's such a narrow, amount of people. You see him
there's like
everywhere.
the Christopher Nolan, where it's just like those people are always in the same. Like, if it's Christopher Nolan, there's going to be the same set of people that kind of...
Let Michael Caine do something else, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I know. Did you guys have a television in the kitchen? I remember we used to have a table. Or
I want to say my grandmother had one.
No, we were only allowed to have the one.
You guys were that old.
We had a TV in the garage, though. Only because my grandpa spent all his time in the garage.
Did you go out and shake him and make sure he was okay? Was it like a Mrs. Bates situation? I'm sorry. I know what you Latinos do with your dead. I know what goes on down there.
Wait, I think you guys...
Didn't your grandpa have like 8 cars? So how big was your garage?
It was fairly big. Most of the cars were like just took up space residence either in the garage or on the driveway.
You guys had 8 cars in the garage and a TV in the garage, but you know what the most important thing in that garage was? Knowledge.
Family.
And books.
Andres is like, I'm going to pick my car. That's my car.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
This one is mine.
I will drive to another state in this car.
Shop smart, shop as smart.
Our first look at Howie Mandel entering the movie. Howie Mandel, the voice of Gizmo.
Oh, fuck, that's right. He did the voice, right?
Yeah.
Just don't throw any trash near him. He's a clean freak.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Or germ
Oh, yeah. Severely OCD.
Yeah.
Is that why he doesn't have any hair? He just wouldn't deal with it?
Probably.
Yeah, it's weird seeing his early comic stand-up act from around this time period, because it's so loud and abrasive. It kind of like oh god, what's his name?
The one that's dead.
It,
right?
Yes. Well, no, I was gonna say like if you
Bob's
cross
ticket.
Sam Kinison, Bob say, but I was gonna say like if you cross Sam Kinison in terms of volume with like Carrot Top, like mixed with a
Oh.
person on crack was Howie Mandel's stand-up comic act at the time. But he did a lot of voiceover work around this time for cartoons and such. And Frank Welker, who is also a very famous,
he was
voice actor.
And he
He's
was the
Stripe in a lot of the
Claw.
evil gremlins. Yes.
Yeah, he was Dr. Claw. He was Megatron.
That's a weird callback to the last stream because neither of you could remember what he sounds like.
Right.
The giant claw. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
There's
A fun thing with this too is like kind of with King Kong, for the close-up expressive shots of Gizmo, they had like a 3-foot wide Gizmo head to animate more clearly for those. So if someone out there has just a giant fucking Gizmo head laying around, who wouldn't want that for a talking piece in their living room? I don't know.
I guess a really big giant FNAF fan.
Ah, yeah, I guess, yeah.
This movie would be more believable if the dog wanted to kill Gizmo the entire time.
Well, supposedly
dog's experience, but that thing would be dead.
Supposedly on set, again, it being a great dog actor, Barney is the dog's name in universe. I forget what the actual animal. He's credited at the end, but apparently he reacted to all of the puppets as if they were real things. So they always had proper things to cut back to for reactions, but it always makes me
know that it's a puppet.
No, that's what I was about to say.
Understand the concept of it.
I was about to say I always get amusement out of any animal in a film because they don't know they're in a movie. This is all real life to them.
Exactly. They're just like
treat.
Okay.
Yes.
I want a Christmas hat too.
He's just staring at the puppy. He's like, what the fuck is that?
When do I get to eat it?
Maybe if I'm a good enough boy, I'll be able to eat it for lunch.
Yeah, Gizmo apparently, it's funny when you watch these back, he takes a shit ton of abuse in both of these movies. Like, he is battered to hell and back. And I guess there's a lot of that was therapeutic for the people working on the film because he was such a nightmare to engineer. Because again, another thing about this is they were told they had a short amount of time to do things, but with the level of ingenuity they wanted to put in the animatronics, time just kept stretching on and on and on. There was a lot of downtime on set with people just waiting around for things to get made and, puppet trenches to be dug and monitors to be set up. And Gizmo was the most nightmarish because he's called upon to act against so many different people. They couldn't figure out him, walking or anything until you get to the second movie. So for a lot of it, he is just sort of like we're seeing here, sitting on countertops or being lugged around Yoda style on a backpack.
They had to drill a hole in the countertop, and I'm sure they couldn't shoot any shots before they put him down onto that. And the bigger gremlins were probably way easier because they're bigger. But it's just I have this handheld thing that I can move anywhere. But it's I bet a trench would be easier than the shit they had to do for Gizmo. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, and they did a sleight of hand type of thing there where Billy had to sort of walk and carry him in and then put him down and just out of camera frame, and then they'd pan down to him sitting on the counter. So there's a lot of camera tricks to make him seem more mobile than he is. An orange juicer machine that doesn't work, this is always gross. Gets everywhere. Some of the kitchen I will say this, since we didn't really talk about our own personal backgrounds with this movie, I will confess that my experience is my father dressed as the gremlin from the Twilight Zone episode and fell down our chimney. And that's how I learned that William Shatner didn't exist. But I was properly terrified of this movie. Nowadays, it's one of those things where I watched so much as a kid, then took a lot of distance from just, growing up. But when I revisited it, I found all new things to appreciate, especially with the humor. But back when I was a kid, this is a pretty gruesome horror show, especially when you get into the second act.
I had nightmares about the microwave thing.
Yes.
I don't know, it really, because I just kept thinking of any animal in the microwave, and I'm just that's a horrific
fate. Well, that definitely, and also as we get, sort of later on, the scene, a lot of the stuff with Gizmo in distress, I have to say, like when the balls are popping out of his back and he's sort of shrieking and writhing there. Didn't like that.
They look like
Don't
Brussels
like that.
sprouts.
Still.
It makes you hate Brussels sprouts more.
Yeah, and when in the second movie, especially when they all go through that transformation where you see the little ones sprouting out of these pussy back, blah, it's just gross. So on the screen here, we're seeing footage from a Clark Gable and a Barbara Stanwyck movie, but in the wide shot, you'll see originally the idea was to have a Warner Brothers cartoon called Feed the Kitty, which is a famous one with the big bulldog and a little kitty. And the point of them having that originally was that the car that the kitty drives in that cartoon is the same kind of car that Gizmo drives in the climax. So it was going to be a call. So you can see right here in the wide shot up on the roof.
Oh, I see it.
Thing. Yeah, I don't know, but like Dante doesn't seem to remember.
His shirt? I know we got like orange juice.
Why are you complaining? If it was Robert Irwin, you wouldn't complain.
No, I would not.
No.
We were thirsting pretty hard for him last time, Nick. You missed
Robert.
It was pretty. It was listening back to that. It's pretty bad. Yeah, but a cool bedroom here. But another thing where it's not creepy that he's invited Corey Feldman up to his bedroom to show him his Mogwai. I don't.
If you aged one up, why would you not? Like, did they already have Corey Cat? Like, what?
I don't know. Maybe they thought it'd just be so gay if like there were two college age boys hanging out and playing with like a funny little fuzzy cute thing, and it's weird. But
maybe if his teenage friend just like told his mom, "Hey mom, Zach just showed me his Mogwai, his furry Mogwai."
Yeah, his furry Mogwai.
It's
in the early '80s.
Yeah. Eyebrows could be raised, but I do want to also point
out water
that
on it and it was squirting things everywhere.
Oh, see, this I could never watch. It pains me to see this now. This poor little fucker. Oh God. And the little furry balls that pop.
It's some really effective, like pseudo tame-ish body
horror. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tribble. I was going to say, though, and put the question to the floor here. Corey Feldman, the biggest cautionary tales as far as child actors, would you say? Or one of the biggest?
What? Nah. When has Corey
He's
Feldman
perfectly.
ever
Let's
been
go see
weird?
what he's doing now. Oh, he seems perfectly adjusted to real life.
At least he's alive compared to the other one.
That's very true.
To the other Corey,
yeah.
Yes, as they say.
My favorite one is he wrote a book that says, "Thank God my mother is dead," because that's my favorite child actor book.
Oh,
that was
McCurdy?
Sam. Yeah, Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah.
Man, she's got a point. I don't know.
I don't blame her.
Nah. Oh my God, you've hatched a bunch of Furbies.
Speaking of which, I remember in the early 2000s there was a collaboration with They actually made Gizmo Furbies.
Is that right?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find a photo that I can share just with you on Facebook.
Well, was there ever any kind of like legal trouble with Furbies and Gremlins or Gremlin or Mogwai technically in Furbies? Because they always
apparently not if they were officially collabed with each other.
Well, maybe that's how they sorted it out. I don't know. They always kind of struck me as sort of cut from the same, cloth of, we want our own Gremlins. So Furby, there was never a Furby movie, thank Christ, as far as I know.
No, I think there is. I think there's like a DVD.
A TV, probably like a direct-to-DVD like TV series or like something like that. It was all CGI and ugly.
There's a really good animated movie called The Mitchells versus the Machines that was from a few years back where they lampooned a giant Furby toy coming to life and, being horrifying, so I liked that. But those were the scariest fucking toys. My sister had like 8 of them.
Yeah, my friend had one when they first came out, and I was so jealous because those commercials make it seem like they're the coolest thing, and then she got it and be like, "This is so stupid."
It just says random stuff, and it's like,
and like the voice box would die, and it would croak out these things.
That's the funny thing about these virtual pets. They'll be like, "Oh, these pets can respond to anything you say or do with them," and that's not really the case. It's like there's a button you can press on the top of its head, and it'll just do some random thing that it was programmed to do or say. So
no, the crazy thing with the Furby is you're supposed to pet its tongue. You're supposed to shove your finger in its mouth and put its tongue down. No, it's beak. It had a beak and a tongue. And you shoved your finger in there, and that's how you fed it. And it was like, And then every once in a while, we kind of record you saying something, be like, my dad? It's like, no, I'm not your mother.
It was training you for motherhood, is what it was doing. That's what,
no. Yeah, because that's how I feed Griffin. I shove my finger in his deep mouth and I'm just like, eat.
What's wrong with that?
No, the only way I feed my child is we wander around and he points at McDonald's and he goes, fries. Fries. That's what he does now. Every time we go by McDonald's, he's like, fries. I'm like, fine, I'll give you fucking fries.
Or did I tell you last time we spoke, my nephew of the twins, we drove past a Dunkin' Donuts and he said, that's where the donuts live, Uncle B. And I said, you're right. How do you know these
I'll
things?
get you donuts.
They know so much.
You know what? For that, I'm gonna get you all the donuts.
That's how it works out. Because you're just like, I'm not gonna do this, and you're like, juice. You're like, I'll get you juice. I'll get you all the juice you want.
Can't say no.
Like today, Griffin like threw my phone on the floor. He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "You threw my phone on the floor." And he just kept saying, "He's like, what happened?" It's like, "Oh God, you're so cute."
That's how they get you. They smack you in the nose and then they say, "What's wrong, Mom? What's wrong?
Yeah.
Why are you crying?" And they do it again.
Or as we learn through our convention experience, oh no!
That's right. That's what he always said. Oh no! How many 3D printed figures did he break that we had to buy? Oh God.
Maybe 2. I want to say 2.
There were so many things he pushed. They'd be on the counter waiting, and he'd push it over and be like, "Oh no!" It's just like, he did that.
Whoopsie daisy.
See, it's cute. It's cute when they do it, but when I go back to G Fest and I take a bat to everything and say, "Oh no, no.
Oh no!"
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
This poor dog, man.
I hope he was given a really big treat for doing this.
That was definitely a puppet.
Yeah. No, that was the real dog. That was the real dog. And there was a cut scene.
Christmas lights?
Yeah, and apparently he was fine. He wasn't in any pain, so they say. But
Is
apparently
that
there
what
was
he
like
said?
a.
He was like, "I'm good, yo."
That's when that's the thing. He can't speak for
The dog
himself, but
whisperer
other
was like,
people-
he says he's fine.
They got Caesar. Caesar's like, he said okay.
Yeah, he said it's all good, fam.
Are you okay, Perito?
Hey, there's instructions on how to open your beer on the side.
Yes, is open. I got it.
Okay. Nick's trying to open his beer. He's been at it for a little bit.
I got it.
It's going about as well as this woman's coffee.
Yeah.
Is this an invention from that dude?
Yes, it is.
I should take a picture of it because I don't even understand why it's like
I'll have to put it back.
I
First, I
love
gotta put
all
it
of
back.
his
Hold
all of
on.
his gizmos, which is why they named the thing Gizmo. I love all of these things. I loved he showed it off earlier, the little power drill fly swatter with like 5 different fly swatters on it. I want to have that to deter muggers and things. Purse thieves that I may encounter.
not my fanny pack.
Yeah. And then I pull that out and I say, call an ambulance, but not for me. You gotta come strapped.
Weird. Why is that hole so tiny? How are you supposed to drink out of that? What is this can?
Why'd you bring this thing to school just to torture it in front of me? What questions can I give you? Ooh.
How many confirmed deaths are in this movie? Like, is there like the
There a body count? I don't know.
So there's the science teacher in a scene that always scared me as a child. There was the old lady who's shot out. Who
deserved
the window.
it, Miss Eagle. Yeah. Yes. Presumably, Dick Miller and his wife were going to technically be dead, but he's back in the sequel, obviously. But later on in the movie, on the over the radio, you hear, "We'll go to comments from him who barely survived his." So, like, I would say under 10 people die in this, but they tear shit up. You know, a lot of people are mentally scarred. Those are the scars that are left behind.
Nick figured out how to open his beer can.
Okay.
This is Nick right now. I did it.
Why are there 2 holes in the top?
There's 2 cans. There's another can inside.
There's another can inside?
You see it?
What kind of Russian nesting beer did you buy?
I didn't buy it.
Can you imagine he kept opening it and there's only like a 6-ounce thing of beer?
Oh, That would be a great deterrent at like Alcoholics Anonymous or something. Just like, I can't get into
That
work.
is the 12 steps.
And by the time you finally get to it, you're not even thirsty anymore. It's like, the mood's already gone. The moment's already gone.
Go buy some cigarettes.
Is it not? Oh God, Nick's gonna throw up. Was it not good?
No, it was gross.
What is it?
It just tastes like. Try it.
I'm not gonna try this. I'm scared. It smells fine.
It's so gross. Here, try this.
That's what I do.
That is so much of what we.
That's marriage.
Oh God, that is gross. Yeah. My favorite thing that Nick ever says is like, I don't know if I love this or hate this. Try this. I'm like, I don't know what you do.
Okay, I know I've definitely heard Nick say this before.
You need a second opinion. Some of the fakest snow of all time, but also some of my favorite, because again, of just how sort of, Christmas diorama this whole town looks. With all of this shredded, I don't know what they use, shredded plastic, shredded foam, hopefully not asbestos like in the old days, but
it's like barely on the
I mean, that's definitely it. You're right, because like the texture on the ground does not look like snow. It's definitely that sort of like what someone like me
in Hollywood, in California,
who never grew up around snow would think snow looks like.
Iris, I'm gonna on Facebook. I'm gonna send you a picture of my backyard, so you just have a frame of reference. Let's see. Okay,
because I saw Laura's front yard, and I was like, God damn, that's a lot of snow.
Oh yeah.
And a very beautiful aurora borealis.
Can I see it?
No.
It's one of the realest spiels of all time here. Where everybody's opening their presents, some people are opening their wrists on the holidays. Gotta love the seasonal depression.
She's a keeper.
She keeps it real.
Ooh, foreshadow.
Yeah.
And then everyone loses their mind.
Bit of a Grinch, humbug, and such.
Speaking of which, I've noticed like now more than ever just how prevalent the Grinch is during this holiday season, where it's like every company under the sun is doing a collab with the Grinch. Yeah. There's a Grinch thing with McDonald's, there's a Grinch thing at Universal Studios, there's a Grinch thing at at a certain like clothing store. I'm like, when did the Grinch get so like? I get he's a Christmas icon, a holiday icon. But like, when did he become just this corporatized to where they slap his face on literally everything?
Well, and what makes me especially annoyed is that it's so much of the Jim Carrey version of the Grinch, and yet the Mike Myers cat has not enjoyed the same renaissance outside of ironic meme circles. And there are on the Dr. Seuss like Instagram page or whatever, there was a guy recently dressed like the Mike Myers version of the Cat in the Hat, doing weird like sensual dances and things. Which fitting, but I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm kind of Grinched out, I would say. There's that really sassy like performer at Universal Studios who became kind of like a minor celebrity, and he was fine. But the fact that everybody is doing it is, like you said, too much.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, Brain, I finally got sent you the photos of the official Gizmo Furby.
I saw those. Those are haunted.
It's funny how like they try to like the official design for Gizmo and the Mogwais. There's a distinct like what do you call it, silhouette separation between the head and the body, and whereas the Furby, like, they don't really have a separate head and body. It's all one big like potato shaped.
They're egg shaped. It's very strange.
So it's funny trying to see that egg shape applied to Gizmo for the Furby toy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a weird crossbreeding gene splicing experiment going wrong. I love that little moment that they just have of like he leans over having fun, neat, and then he leans back. He's just sitting there having fun reading with him. It's the cutest wholesome thing.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay.
The
The dinosaur story.
So since we've had a lot of McDonald's since having a kid now, we did have to try the
No, we did it because I like pickles, and it was god.
well, I know I was gonna say we did have to have the Grinch fries because Laura likes pickles.
Oh.
It is it tastes like a pickle, but it's a fry and it's not good.
I'm usually pretty good about like putting things and like eating it, but like I spit it out on the floor. It was disgusting. And then Nick like forced me to eat more like regular fries because he's like, "You're never gonna want McDonald's again after this." And I'm like, "You were right."
I'm making an artist note for a Rick and Morty style Don Fry pickle. Right now. I just want to workshop that. Why hasn't there been a Grimace Furby? That seems like he's kind of the same shape, isn't he? I don't know. Pear shape.
I know I sent this to Andres, but it was like a super long time ago. Do you guys remember when they would just like put Furbies together in like a weird Furby centipede thing? And they would be like mangled.
A Furby what?
Like human centipede. It would just be like, oh god, it's so scary.
That the deliberately fucked up Furbies. Yeah.
Did they really kill the only black person in this movie?
Fuck, you're right.
Take your sandwich. Take the sandwich. Look at this little ornery devil. The expressions they're able to get out of these fucking things is incredible to this day.
And I especially love how they managed to give like each of them a distinct face. For each of them.
And well, from the commentary, apparently a lot of the faces came from like the same mold, and yet a lot of it is the pattern and just like the angle,
hair.
The hair, but also just how they film it. Each one has sort of its own personality, its own feature. It's great. And here is Kevin McCarthy, obviously, who is in most Joe Dante films, not in this one, but he was able to put him in here with the Body Snatchers. You're next. They're here already. I always thought that guy had a weird nose. Not to nitpick his face. But
You body shamed that poor man.
Sorry.
And then again, you guys already body shamed the star of the giant claw the entire time.
Coming. Yeah. Wait, are you talking about the giant claw itself? Because I don't make any apologies for body shaming that fucking goose.
Well, that goes without saying.
No. This too was always so grotesque. These big snot cocoons that they're in. Ugh.
It's very Aliens. Like it's just
Yep. Big face hugger pops up.
What does it even mean?
Gizmo's got to take some parental responsibility. These are all of his offspring, and I like from the get-go too. He is immediately afraid and wary of all of them when they pop up.
Yeah,
like he knows it's like this can't be good.
Yeah, cut off sleeve season.
That's right.
What a time to be alive! This one.
Guns out.
Yeah.
I also love that. Like, what is it? That like cognitive dissonance of people who are like, this movie makes no sense, but people are like, it's fine. But like, if they were to make it today, it'd be like, actually, it's just like, no, like, what does feeding after midnight mean? Like, there's water in the air. Like, if you get steam on them, does something happen? Like,
well, and they're walking. Later on, they walk around in snow, which is frozen water.
Yeah.
I also love random weird stupid note. Baking soda looks exactly the same. It always has the Indian on it for some reason. Did Indians make baking soda? I don't know. I don't think so, but
do they still make? I'm sure they still make the salt cans with the girl with the yellow dress and umbrella.
Yep.
Pick up the phone.
Ahoy, hoy. Four
cameos going on here. So Jerry Goldsmith is in the hat. You've got Spielberg right there with his broken leg riding his little go-kart. Robbie the robot, the real Robbie the robot, and the real time machine, both donated by Bob Burns.
That's the time machine.
Yeah. For no reason other than, again, Joe Dante's a nerd. And what I would say is that as life has gone on, I've become, and this isn't timely, and the time machine's vanished, and I like that kind of sight gag.
Oh,
like, where did it go?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Holy shit.
Well, not the Morlocks. What are they called? What are
the Morlocks? Those are the cavemen ones. Yep. But I was going to say, I think as time has gone on, and this isn't because of recent note of his shaming of Paul Dano, but I've become more weary as time has gone on of Quentin Tarantino for all of his references because he tries to hide them and all take it as his own. Joe Dante will do as many references, but it's all out in the public with no explanation, and he just wants to do them because he wants to do them. That bearded guy there, we saw his credit earlier. That his name is George Buckflower. And another connection with Back to the Future, he is the damn drunk driver's hobo that I mentioned earlier, that bearded man. Yeah, he was in another Corman mainstay in a lot of his movies, so explains why he's here. This was always gross as well. I don't like seeing real life anatomy, guts and hearts and lungs beating. I hate seeing that.
Funny enough, in 4th grade, my teacher used a projector just like that one on screen.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say not like this with the film reels or anything, but we still had projectors for quite a long time when I was in my school. And then again, public school in the Midwest, so it is what it is. But
it's the best public school you can get, Brayden. So as much as you make fun of it, it is sadly the best we can get.
It's real. It's a real ordeal. But did you guys have to dissect a frog?
Never.
No. We had to, but you could opt not to, and I opted not to.
You were just
a frog and a lamb.
That option was just not given to us at all. So maybe it's a California thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't either in Nevada.
So it's probably just like it was expensive to do, so they didn't do it. Because you had to buy a frog. Because it was, when we did the frog, it was like 2 kids per frog. So if you had a class of 20 kids, you needed 10 frogs. When we did, we did lamb fetuses in 11th grade, and that was.
What's a classroom of 20 kids like?
Wait,
how many loud? I don't know.
How many people did you have in your class, Nick?
50.
It was 40 to 50 per classroom.
Yeah, that sounds about right, at least for us. I want to say it was maybe around 40.
Yeah.
Oh,
potentially, yeah. 20, that's very, now that I think about it, 20 is very small.
That's what we had. Is that what you had, Brayden?
20, 25 on average, I would say. I mean, I don't know. It's still very loud and it makes up for it in terms of chaos. But I was going to say, I was there in the class when they did wheel the frogs in before, as I was getting my things to leave.
Oh, the smell of formaldehyde.
Yeah, they had them in I remember them having them in a giant sort of box cooler looking thing. And it was just sad and gross. This is a really tense scene here. This is where we sort of get into the more horrific back half. Well, we're almost at the midpoint of this movie. Where it is a very effective horror film.
And I
do like that they had spent the last 50 minutes establishing the rules, establishing the characters, establishing the world. And so once these gremlins are running amok, it's we're already familiar enough with everything because Joe Dante and the rest of his team,
they've been built up so well.
Yeah, it's a great build-up. It's a lot like Jurassic Park, where it's a very slow build-up to once you get to the second half, it's okay, now we know how everything works. Now we get to see it all fall apart.
Yes, and nothing but gremlins in the second half.
With cinema now today, where it's just I feel instead of the build-up, they're we'll shove more people into the plot. We need 12 different. We need a podcaster and a
What the fuck was all in the Godzilla movie?
And we need to make it a cinematic universe, so we got to throw in references that don't go anywhere in this movie, but it'll lead into the next movie.
Plot threads that are set up specifically to be unresolved, specifically so that they can potentially, if they dip their toe and do their market research, spin off into a limited series or whatever. Things are so much more convoluted now. Simplicity is dead with these type of films. And it's funny, we were talking about how Alf was kind of a nightmare for everybody to work on. Aside from the stuff where like Billy has to interact with them and there are things like this, they were smart to at least save one for practicality because they were making them on the fly, but they were smart to save the Gremlins half of the production after they had filmed a lot of the just people interacting with people scenes. So it wasn't this movie was entirely, like most films, shot completely out of continuity, and it was still a headache, but at least less of an absolute nightmare. And that was a big reason why Gremlins 2 kind of took like 5 years or something to be made, is that they offered him the sequel right after this, but Joe Dante said, I don't want to go through that again. And so they went for those, intervening years trying to figure out how a sequel would work, until they finally came back to him and said, okay, you can do whatever you want. Will you do this for us? And he said, well, I like the first half of that equation. Okay. So we get the fever dream that is the second film. But the one brother, as Andres pointed out, is
that was Laura.
Laura, yes, as you so astutely pointed out, right in. But I love the sweet revenge. A lot of what's great about this is the anarchic Looney Tunes personalities that these little monsters have. They're just such troublemakers, and they're all spiteful.
They're just pure chaos. I think that's the nice thing. Like, they're not like not malevolent. Like, they're not like, they're just chaos agents. They don't care.
Yeah. They're little trickster goblins.
They're like internet trolls. They just like to watch the world burn.
Yes.
Well, the
idea
and the idea of a gremlin was just to be an absolute, the gremlin myth or whatever. The idea of a gremlin goes back, like Dick Miller sort of laid out earlier, especially during World War II. That was the name whenever, there's something got into my machine. It's a gremlin. In fact, Shatner brings that up in the Twilight Zone episode. He's like, what did they call them during the war? A gremlin. So ultimately they were just sort of these mischievous, goblin-like little terrors, and perfectly portrayed here. I don't think, something that bothers me is I don't think he properly cleans this wound that he just received. He just goes, good enough.
There might be some slight infection later.
Yeah, rub some dirt on it, walk it off.
Yeah.
That's a great jump scare. It's a jump scare without having to like have a large musical note just blare it into you and give you a small panic attack.
Yeah. And I love that again too, of all of it is in camera where they're implying its movement. So you pan off and then down, and you can infer that he went through the vent. Here's one of the great
He looks like Shisa. He looks like our dog.
So whenever you're saying quiet Shisa, if you have a webcam and we pan sideways, your poor little puppy
doing that, shaking
in fear.
I felt so bad for them the last stream because the whole time it's just me yelling at the dog. I'm like, I felt like Raph, where I'm just like, stop it, making snow. Mr. Stuffaluffigan, stop licking your foot.
Oh my god! Look at the.
You ever did that to Shisa?
One of the greatest take shit from no one moms in film history as well.
Yes.
She holds her own.
I think that's why I like her, because all the other ones are like, I'm gonna do all the stupid horror shit. It's like, no, I will stab the shit out of you.
Yeah.
It's like they reversed it, because the dad's almost like the more stereotypical like horror mom.
Yeah. He'd probably be like the screaming, bumbling one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the actress's name is Frances Lee McCain, who was another Back to the Future thing. She was the mom of Marty's girlfriend in Back to the Future. And she's a believable mom of the era.
And she looks like him. I think that's one of the things in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That makes it work.
Right down to the
There's
same
sometimes
curly
where you
brown
see
hair.
like families, and you're like, those kids did not come from those people. Like that dude should be asking that lady some questions.
Oh, I love how unnerving the song is.
Oh yeah.
It's like that is like the lyrics are the thoughts of the gremlin himself.
Yeah.
Like, do you see what I see? Do you see me sneaking up on you?
Well, you're gonna.
Because I'm gonna bite your ankles, lady. She's like the Ripley before there was Ripley.
Well, after a couple of years after.
Wait,
5 years. 5 years after
Oh.
Ripley. 5 years
like
AR
Aliens
after Ripley.
Aliens is 80?
Well, Alien is 79. So when would Aliens
I kept thinking
be?
it was 84.
Let's see. Aliens was 86.
Okay, so Aliens, you could tie it in. 2 years after. Nice shadow, animated shadow of a gremlin there. I think animated.
Get your hands off my son, you bitch.
A lot of wood texture in this house, but I think that was
It's
like a very popular thing. Yeah, in the 80s.
Look, but here's the thing that annoys me. People, especially now, have such a romanticized view of the 80s was. It wasn't all neon. A lot of it was shag carpet, wood paneling, and cigarette smoke stench in the air. That was the 80s.
And floral patterned couches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My grandma had that as well.
Wallpaper, too. This is our first big reveal of what a full evil gremlin looks like, and this death here is amazing.
This is
all
my
the
second
goop.
least favorite one. Like it's just like, oh god.
Ugh, what a cleanup on all over the cookies, man.
Oh, the TV dinner stand. Oh god.
Yeah.
I love this one. I forgot how much she did like those stuff. Like I know.
Ah.
What is the one from Red Letter Media? Is that one from Gremlins 2? The one they have?
Yeah, they did Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I fucking hate this so much.
You're never gonna be able to use that microwave again. No one's having popcorn in that house.
This popcorn smells a little funky.
Yeah.
Is that
I will
beef
say
that I
because
taste?
they reuse they don't put another one in the microwave, but they do another microwave gag in the second film. And then the second film, that's what taught me never to put metal in the microwave. My parents never taught me that. You could cause an explosion, which would create an electric gremlin.
I learned you can't put microwave or you can't microwave metal and you can't microwave a wine bottle.
Right, and you can't microwave, pets and live creatures as well.
Yeah.
The wine bottle?
If you microwave a wine bottle, it explodes.
Oh. Is
Why
that
would
like
you?
glass in general,
Makes
or
sense. I guess I would have never thought to.
You didn't grow up on a farm in the middle of nowhere, Nick. That's where you.
Why would I microwave a wine bottle?
Because there's nothing else to do.
Why would you microwave? I don't understand the point of trying.
Physics.
Oh, I like how the eyes are glowing, like
Right,
they were
the lights
on
go off, and
yeah.
If you thought the
There's
squirrel
no way he
and
fits in that box. Also, my favorite thing they do in these movies is the foreshadowing with stuff, where it's just like I feel like they don't do that anymore. It's just like,
how's that sword gonna come back? Oh, everything has a payoff. I did listen to a bit of Red Letter Media's commentary on this film, and one thing they complain doesn't have a payoff is the father being an inventor. But it does ultimately have a payoff because he gives Mr. Wing as sort of an apology his non-smoking ashtray or whatever, and he implies, "Oh yes, so the man at the gas station tried to sell me this, a very remarkable invention," or something to that extent. So it has kind of a sweet payoff ultimately.
Oh yeah, and it's like it's never meant to be like a relevant plot line. It's like a running gag of a plot line.
Yeah. I mean, he gets the one gremlin gets killed in the juicer. Like that's a setup where it's like he makes shitty inventions. Like
they work. They work for alternate purposes. What did that guy think when? What the fuck happened to you? It'll take far too long for me to explain and you to comprehend.
So if this was made today, so when the dad buys Gizmo, would there have been like a Teddy Ruxpin in the corner and when he was buying him,
and
just sitting there and a Furby, and then
hey, what is it, a Labubu?
Yeah,
it would definitely be a Labubu.
All right, that is funny. He's wearing the guy's hat now.
Yeah. Who's he talking to? Thick and heavy. Would 60 gallons be sufficient?
It kind of looks like he's trying to be sexy. He's like shimmying. Look at my robotic kids.
So what are you wearing? I'm wearing just a hat.
He's making dirty talk with the Lost in Space robot.
What wattage are you running right now?
Yes.
I got something dangerous for you, Will Robinson.
No.
Would you like to stay at the YMCA?
Young man.
There's a place you can go.
He looks like he's in a haunted house.
It's a YMCA. Most of them are haunted now. I would like to we still have like 2 or 3 operating YMCAs just in my like immediate 15-minute location, like a 15-minute drive away from several of them in Davenport
during the wintertime.
Yeah.
Oh, I think indoor.
Yeah, I used to enjoy.
We took our son to because we're staying in a hotel, so we're like, we'll take our son to the pool. My dad's like, "Are you guys going to the YMCA?" I'm like, I have not heard that in years.
Yeah, I loved they had a big activity center in there for kids with the easy rubber rock climbing, like a rock wall and stuff that I would used to do. This is also great.
Oh yeah.
They poured a lot of like liquid nitrogen into this pool to get this effect, which is astounding, and the lighting helps especially. And something we haven't talked about too is Jerry Goldsmith's score here. Like the creepy whenever they go through this is like his cat that he just recorded and added into the music.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Like, Mitten, do your thing.
Do your thing. Perfect. One take wonder, Mitten.
Mr. McGonagall, thank your borrowing noises.
But I think Goldsmith is one of my absolute favorite composers, and he was one of the great. Like he was very experimental with synthesizer music. Obviously the ragtime, the gremlin rag in this, the famous do juxtaposed with the more, orchestral swelling music like Gizmo's theme. They're not at odds because, that sort of jaunty synth music does sort of play into the mischief that they do cause. Now here is Mike from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul with hair.
Oh my God.
Sitting down playing a cop. Yeah.
Oh,
he
the
was
whole time I thought it was the one walking around. I'm like, does it look like him?
Walter, I'm not gonna pet your mogwai, Walter.
Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna avoid feeding them after midnight.
Repeat after me.
Repeat after me. Do not have them touch any water. You do not give them a bath. You do not give them anything to drink, and everything's gonna be all right.
No half measures, Billy. But he was a great, just not wouldn't say run of the mill, but a hired character actor who appeared in a lot of stuff in the mid to late 80s, and then got his big break decades later.
I love this scene.
This shot is wonderful.
Motion.
The one stop motion shot, yeah.
Hey, it's a Christmas movie with stop motion.
Who'd have thought?
Oh, I thought Santa Claus was trying to take his. Wait, is he trying to take his pants off?
Let's. This is one of the awkward Tim Allen Santa Claus films that we don't see. I can't. Do you do a Tim Allen impression, Andres? Never give up, never surrender.
That is the Santa Claus. Just hit the TV.
Goddamn foreign TV.
Is it a TV?
We should have got a Zenith. Oh.
That's kind of what our TV used to look like when I was little.
Yeah, same.
Foreign. Oh, Jesus Christ. I do love the set designs for these movies because I feel like they don't really do quite the same anymore. But like, I feel like I've seen this house, like I've been in this house.
Yeah. I feel like I've smelt the scented candles in this house.
Like I like the one scene where he's like looking through and there's like the washer dry and you can see like the water fixtures in the back. I'm like, I feel like now they'd be like, look at this Zillow home. It's like, no.
Yeah, like I said, with the allusions to like It's a Wonderful Life and stuff, the goal here was to create kind of an idyllic Norman Rockwell, idea of a conservative American small town. And it's very effective for the most part, I think. This is amazing. Killdozer Gremlins.
That's where the guy got the idea. I like the POV shot.
Killed by foreigners, his worst fear, almost killed. Not quite. But...
There's something on the dozer. Something strange.
My favorite
so
thing
this
ever
is
like,
my idea. These are the parts of Extreme Home Improvement Makeover that they didn't show you. Was the Move That Bus show. They didn't show you these parts of the dirty work being done. I don't know how they survived, but miraculously they did.
I like to think that they were just in a corner that the shovel could not reach.
Right.
One of your favorite?
Oh no, it's like in Third Rock from the Sun when it's like William Shatner and John Lithgow meet each other.
The same thing happened to me.
So did I.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny too. I was in connections with Spielberg and Joe Dante. They had agreed to make this, but pre-production was so long that they each individually did their own segments of Twilight Zone, the movie, before this came out, which again, much has been said about that. I don't think we need to regale certain things that crashed and burned on that set, but yeah, it didn't sour their relationship, I guess.
Right. Just Spielberg's relationship with that guy.
Yeah, Blues Brothers, man. See, a lot of this, I love a lot of this isn't just outright them murdering and eating people or anything like that. They're just shit disturbers.
Yeah, they just like chaos. They're just like...
They're Looney Tunes gone bad.
I can't not see him as a freaking bad guy now. It's so weird.
It's funny how like these people like in this universe are not like freaked out by the Mogwai. Like here's a creature that they've never seen in their lives before, and they just see them. And it's like, oh yeah, that's pretty neat.
Let's dress him up.
Creepy as fuck right here. I don't remember this scene at all.
It's the lighting.
He looks like, I thought he had like weird scars on his face. He's like, America. I'm like, oh god.
And this guy, I don't know the actor's name, but he's the brother of Lawrence Tierney, who was like a famous film noir badass back in the day. But to reference Tarantino again, he was, I think his name is Joe. He's the main old bald guy in Reservoir Dogs who sets up the whole operation. He's this guy's brother. Listen to me, kid. I want a gizmo on my desk tomorrow. I want 50 of them to show my grandchildren and win back their love.
This reminds me of like attack, like the killer comes in space where it's like 911 just goes directly to the cop place where it's just like there's just two people there being like 911.
Yeah.
Deagle. It's funny you keep bringing up Quentin Tarantino because we were just watching Inglourious Basterds like 20 minutes before.
Oh my god.
The stream started.
Gremlins versus Nazis.
Oh god.
You know, as a kid, it didn't register to me that this woman was the same like
really?
nagging one.
Same
Yeah,
bitch,
because like the hair, the makeup, it's all different. Like without the hair and the wig, it's like she just looks completely different.
Right. See, so then you had sympathy. Now you have relish in her demise.
Yes. It's like, oh, she was the horrible woman who threatened to kill the dog.
I have to be honest, though. We're looking at my future right here. This is how. This is my retirement plan playing out before our eyes. Just
Why'd
let
she
me
name
be
her
in my
cat Dollar Bill?
Oh, well, the thing is, like,
poodles though. And I feel like you're gonna have dogs though instead of cats.
I love cats. Are so much easier, man. You know?
That's very true.
I don't. But I think the thing with her, like, naming them all after dollars, like, apparently her husband was like some industrialist, capitalist bigwig or something in the original script, which was fleshed out more there than ultimately in the movie. So I guess this, of course, is another iconic thing here. They're singing their theme song. Her reaction here is going to be my reaction if you guys ever show up at my door. Coming line.
I'm telling you, we're gonna every time we do a stream, Andres is gonna do an Iowa tour. He's gonna show up.
Like every time you refuse to have us over, that's only going to motivate us all the more, Brayton.
They're here. They've come for me. They've come for me.
I love that. I love that. Like she's having an existential panic attack.
Yeah.
It's great. It's an amazing reaction. It's like, oh fuck, Satan has come for my soul.
And the distance she gets here, that's her husband, supposedly. Bam.
I love how they're like impressed with their own. Like we didn't intend for that to happen, but yes. Now he looks like Mike. Like that.
Yeah. Well, it's great. Well, the thing that makes it funny and possibly in canon, if some Reddit posts are led to be believed, is that like the only allusion to Mike's backstory at the time of Breaking Bad was that his police career ended dramatically. So maybe this was how it ended. I don't know.
I mean, this is very dramatic.
The gremlins attacking Santa Claus, also an image that I love. That guy did Santa for several years.
I like how they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
No. Everyone's just bemused.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see.
Nah. Above our pay grade.
That is how I feel every day at the office.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
And this is Corey Feldman and his angels, or whatever he calls his backup dancer ladies.
Yeah, he doesn't believe it was the angels.
Or it's the angels, or maybe that's Charlie Sheen's hookers. I don't know. One of them call their people
I often confuse those two.
Yes. It's the same
That is
trajectory.
very fair.
Oh, and a car flip, but no explosion on that car flip.
No.
Oh, they all look so great.
Yes. Would be ashamed if they made a belated sequel all these years
it
later
sure
and do them
would.
in CGI.
Oh no.
I wonder if it'll be a thing though where where the backlash, or not so much the backlash, but the niche like marketing strategy behind that would be, okay, well that will bring more people to see it because we'll be really banking on the the novelty of it if they were to do practical effects. And I wouldn't mind.
They'll do the same thing that Sonic did. They're gonna release a trailer and they're like, look at these gremlins. They're like, no, they have teeth. Look at those teeth. And they're like, we'll fix it. And then people will be like, oh, you did the right thing.
Ears aren't long enough.
They'll blame the fans. It's like, oh, they're just fanboy trolls on their keyboards who think they know better than us. Well,
He
fuck
was a
them. Fuck the fans. We're
keyboard
going to
hero.
do what we think is better.
I think the Gremlins were in a commercial like early 2000s or something. So maybe I would, because they've done that with E.T. and stuff, and with Alf, like I said, where they bring back the best one. I think was the belated like Groundhog's Day Super Bowl ad they did with Bill Murray, where it's like it's basically just a thing to say, hey, remember this, but it's tastefully done. So if they were to do that with the Gremlins, you know, that is.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say stuff like that is like, I hate them, you know, it's commodifying our favorite, you know, pieces of art, but at the same time it's so inconsequential that it doesn't bother me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the best scene in the movie for me.
When they get to the Flashdance Gremlin, it's the greatest.
Cause it was Thriller.
And supposedly this set stunk so bad because they just made an absolute mess, a gunky mess of everything. And it took so long to film in there that by the end of it, it was just a putrid hellhole that they had to demolish.
And here I thought it was just because of like, I don't know, some like the animatronics were like leaking fluids or whatnot.
I know. This is kind of the G-Fest after hours blood party,
yes,
whatever.
This is the blood party, Godzilla blood party. Yes.
Except you're seeing a lot more.
That one.
You're seeing far more sociable individuals here, though. To be
very true.
Accurate.
I always just imagine the after party at G-Fest is like when you go to like a dance when you're 12 and everybody's like on different sides of the dance floor and they're like, I'm not touching anyone.
It's the gathering of the wallflowers. I love that gag too of him and like the belly expanding. They do a similar thing in the second movie. The one with the Groucho Marx nose back there.
Yeah, I never noticed that before.
Which one?
They're just living life.
Is this supposed to look like the dog one? Because that would be hilarious. The poker scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I maybe.
So for these Gremlins, is there just one mold and it's just them painting it different, or is there multiple molds for these ones for like the
for the adult Gremlins? I think so, because they were. Gizmo was such more of an operation to get to perform, but these ones were far more, you know, detail had to be put into them. And so I think for the amount that they needed, it was kind of just replicating, you know, really the only difference from any of the others that Stripe has is his mohawk and like the slight, you know, patterning and stuff.
Because I feel like some of them could just be like literal like hand puppets, and some of them had to be like animatronics.
Oh yeah. And for the big, you know, showstopper like theater scene at the end, they do a lot of not digital trickery, but like they to make that big of a crowd, they filmed like segments of it twice and then combined all of the Gremlins to look like there were so much more. Great like puppet show by a puppet.
The precursor to the one that talks later.
The Flashdance thing here is fucking fantastic, but but rare. What we just saw, rare you see puppets puppeteering other puppets, which I
I love it.
Yeah. When picking his nose, it's just so much unbridled chaos.
I forgot how long this scene was. I think I remember this being a lot shorter, but this is great.
Yeah.
Look at he's podcasting. Look at that.
I love you guys. You got to do this every year.
They kept good. It's fine.
Yeah.
Light me up, lady.
I just like they should have had the one scene of that gremlin rolling those joints, because that would have been hilarious. He's just like looking in front of me.
Puff, puff, pass. Puff, puff, pass.
Did it say they didn't like light? Was that a thing in the rules?
Oh yeah, bright lights.
Bright lights.
Sunlight kills them.
And sunlight will kill them.
Is that sunlight though?
Well, earlier when they did the one.
Remember Billy took Gizmo into the bathroom, and Gizmo was like, "Bright light, bright light,"
and that became a thing in my house because again, we watch this all the time in my household. So bright light became a thing that my mom would quote when she would wake me up and turn the lights on in my room when I was a baby. Bright light.
That just gives us a little vision of like what your mother thought of you, because she's just like, please
I was
don't
a
sprout
gremlin.
things out of your butt.
Yeah. I was the favorite child because I was the youngest and the least trouble. So I was the gizmo of the family in the sense
No
that
matter
I got
what, whenever you're
put
the
on a
youngest, you're the
dartboard and
favorite.
thrown down chutes. Yes.
Isn't there just two of you?
No, I'm well. I'm not going to go into full detail expose about my family on the internet, but no, I'm the youngest of 5. I have 3 brothers and a sister.
Oh, I thought you just had the sister. I'm sorry.
No. Look,
Please
all of
shut
this
up.
is
I'm
great. They
sorry.
the shadows in the window and everything, the silhouettes of them. They have come to fuck this town up.
Did we already see the Flasher Gremlin already, or is that not in this movie?
Yes, we saw it at the bar.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because they repeat that again. They do repeat that again though in the second film. It's such a lovable gag, I suppose. At least
because then
she
goes into a story about she doesn't like Abraham Lincoln because an Abraham Lincoln impersonator flashed her, and that's why she doesn't celebrate President's Day.
Yeah, yeah, we're getting to that speech right now in this movie about the dead Santa. Here's a question: did you guys see this young enough to where this ruined Santa Claus for you?
No, no.
Okay.
I like as a kid, I didn't pay attention to this scene, and so by the time I realized there was no Santa, I was already a teenager in high school, and that was the next time I saw this movie.
Wait, okay, you were a teenager in high school when you found out Santa was?
No, the next time.
No. Like the next time I saw
this.
We
never talked about this before.
The next.
No, but I want to believe that now.
No. You shut up on this. This is our lore now. You were 14 when you found out.
I thought you were going to change it to you were 48.
No.
I'm like it's like Superman the animated series, or no, I think it was Justice League. They established that Superman still believes in Santa Claus.
Oh my god.
Andres found a dead Mogira in his chimney, and that's how he learned that robot Santa from Futurama wasn't real.
I had the kind of displeasure of being the youngest one, and my siblings are like quite a bit older than I am. They're like 6 years. So I think in a weird way they were trying to like keep Santa alive for me, because they realized if they kept it going, it was longer for them.
Well, here's another question. Let me rephrase my thing, because I'm interested for people of that, religious persuasion. Did any of your family do a thing where they dressed as Santa, or any uncle, or pretend they were Santa, like to visit?
Whenever so during Christmas, we used to have these big Christmas parties with our cousins, and it would be like 4 or 5 different families all gathering together, and one of, I think not the parents, but one of the grandparents would usually dress up as Santa, and for the youngest kids still in elementary school would like say do like take photos with them and that kind of stuff and provide presents.
Okay. I always find that would be a cute thing, but like my only reference for that when I was younger, seeing something like that was in the Disney like Christmas anthology movie with Goofy and Max, where Goofy
Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas,
and that made me so sad, like how shitty he treats his dad throughout that story.
Yeah. Why, there's no such thing as boys. Just like that Loch Ness monstrosity.
Pete's awesome.
Yes, he is.
The way my family did it, it was always like Santa was busy, so he came, left his shit, and then like left. So we would have like our family Christmas and like Christmas Eve where we'd open the presents from like mom and dad, and then my dad, like, I grew up on a farm, so my dad milked, so he always had to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, so he was always up super early.
Go and milk the elves.
Person that would like do all of our stockings, so we would wake up in the morning and there'd be like just shit everywhere. I'm like, there's Santa Claus stuff everywhere. So we had like the 2 Christmases, but I think I had Santa till like 4th grade, and then my brother and sister convinced me to keep it going until I was like in the 6th grade.
I want to say it was probably once I entered middle school that I realized there was no Santa Claus. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, if you still believe.
No.
Well, and then it's weird now because like our son's 3, and I don't know that I want to do Santa Claus. But then it's weird.
But then your son's going to be like one of those shitty kids who tells everybody at school that there's no Santa Claus. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't want to lie to my kid, though. Like, it seems weird to be like, there's a man that's going to come into our house. Like, I never want to make my son feel like it's a day that a random man comes into our house.
Yeah.
At the very least, it would inspire him to believe that good, generous people like Santa does exist out there.
But I could just convince him that there are good people. Like
that is true.
I'm a nice person.
as a theater employer during the chicken jockey era, I just want to say that this rings very true as well.
Fuck.
Oh god.
Man,
so
was
fun.
The real Gremlins all along.
Yeah. That is. Just, do you know what he's talking about, Nick?
The chicken jockey thing,
where people just make a horrific mess.
Yeah.
And be like, looks like someone's gonna have to clean up. It's like, yeah, one person's gonna clean up. Must have like 40 fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's so weird. Like,
here.
if you read The Cat in the Hat, like that's such like when I was reading that to my son, and it's just like they let this cat come into this like. Dr. Seuss was such a horrible influence, I'm sure. Like, it's okay. The fish is the best person in The Cat in the Hat, and everyone's just like, no, he's stupid. It's like, no.
Well, as we laid bare during our Halloween live stream, Dr. Seuss had a lot of things going on the side.
Yeah.
Maybe not the biggest role model in the world. I love this scene coming up here. They're watching Snow White and they're loving it.
Sled yet? Have you seen Rosebud? Or have you missed it?
Rosebud's in the second film, I think.
I thought it was in this. Is this just in the second one?
I think it's in the second one.
Oh.
I just realized one of them is wearing the Mickey ears.
Oh god, I love this part.
Hi-ho.
Also, interesting choice for a Universal pick. Like, what's this? I know it's shot at the Universal backlot.
Yes.
It is a Warner Brothers movie promoting a Disney movie, which I find very interesting.
It's a strange time. You know, I always wondered, I always wonder what if, because I guess in our 3-headed monster analogy that I laid out about like, yes, in the 3-headed monster analogy I laid out at the start of like Joe Dante, Tim Burton, and John Carpenter, like a fourth head could kind of be Robert Zemeckis. I always wonder what if Joe Dante had directed Who Framed Roger Rabbit, how different that would look, because the two Gremlins movies, and you know, if it wasn't as compromised as it was Looney Tunes Back in Action, those are like the movies Joe Dante was put on earth to make. So with Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I wonder. I wouldn't change a thing about the movie as is, but it'd be interesting to see an alternate timeline version of that.
I mean, judging by what he did with Back in Action, I would presume that Who Framed Roger Rabbit would probably have less of the Spielbergian like heart that Robert Zemeckis would put in his movies. The warmth, it wouldn't have the warmth, but it would have a lot more of that chaotic Looney Tunes like nature. So it's like it would definitely still be entertaining, but in a very fundamentally different way. Whereas, Roger Rabbit tends to have more of that classic Disney feel with a tad bit of Looney Tunes influence. Whereas, I'm sure it would have been the reverse, where more focused on the Looney Tunes stuff, less so on the Disney stuff.
Yeah. Playing favorites. Well, that was a thing with something from the commentary is Spielberg as a producer, he was very hands-on. That's why a lot of people wrongly think that he directed Poltergeist, because he was a very on-set hands-on producer, and he was the guy, so if stories are to be believed, who inspired, because as you kind of mentioned, Gizmo was originally intended to become Stripe. And they went into production still with that in mind, but Spielberg, again, he saw the dollar signs, and him being Steven Spielberg, he kind of insisted on him sticking around, which was, I think, ultimately the smartest move to make. But also, like, during this last half here of Gizmo kind of taking more action and doing more cutesy stuff, a lot of that was at the insistence of Steven Spielberg. So I wonder if, because Spielberg does he have his hand? He's not a producer on Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right?
I believe he was. I believe
was?
It would show like a Steven Spielberg production.
I wonder if in that case that would have soured their relationship then because of how loving and how, you know, obsessed Joe Dante is with the Looney Tunes. I wonder if that would cause a rift between them. But
let's see. Yeah, he was a key producer via his company Amblin Entertainment.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. On Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Amblin Entertainment was his production company.
Yes.
Shortly before he would go on to move on as a co-founder of DreamWorks.
Yes, indeed. And Amblin, named after his, I guess not college, but one of his early like teenage films that got him in the door directing television. I've seen Amblin. It really is a plotless little short movie. It's kind of just like two hippie kids hitchhiking together. But yeah, the logo is iconic with, you know, the ET silhouette and those titles coming across.
Or if you remember Amblimation, where it would be like Fievel from An American Tail.
Yeah. That's a great. I forget about that of Stripe riding the skateboard across. That's a great sort of Kermit on the bike moment there as well. How do you do that? Yeah, see, one of the things that they bring up in the commentary is Spielberg wanted Gizmo to kind of cutesily interrupt their kiss there. And so they did a take of that, and then Spielberg left the set, and he's like, okay, just kiss, and we'll move on. Because Spielberg famously has always kind of been uncomfortable with, you know, there's never been a sex scene in a Steven Spielberg movie. He's very uncomfortable with that kind of stuff.
Does he have children?
He does.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't like seeing intimacy with other people that are not him and his wife.
Well, I think Gene Siskel actually addressed this in an interview with him, and it's like he felt embarrassed, like he feels internally embarrassed by it, and like I kind of get that because I feel like if I was making these kind of movies, I wouldn't want to make a movie that my mom couldn't see, and I always feel awkward when I'm having movie nights with my parents, and it's like out of nowhere a very loud and aggressive lovemaking scene comes.
Hence why Robert Rodriguez made Spy Kids.
Yeah.
I remember I watched Knocked Up with my parents, and I'm like, this is a horrible idea.
What do you think the closest thing to, like, Baby Yoda is kind of this generation's Gizmo, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In terms of, I mean, I have fucking like 3 Baby Yoda things around, and one of them is a little plush doll. So he's got me by the balls. So I guess that's the only other equivalent of this.
Okay, what was the one my mom wanted to watch? Was it the stupid band movie?
With what?
Remember there was the band movie, the guys that were doing, was it Motley Crue or something?
Oh, that was the weird.
I'm glad I did not see that with her.
Nick's like 15 minutes ago.
No, that was only like a minute or two ago.
Okay. I like how there was E.T.
There's your E.T. and your Bugs and Sylvester there. Yeah, Stripe, I would say too. Like, not as much in terms of merchandise, but he's all definitely he's a great villain, the obvious leader from the start of these guys, and he's kind of become iconic in his own way as well. I've never drawn a gremlin, but if I am going to take my crack at it, it would be Stripe. He's just he's got a lot of great personality to him, and he's very ruthless. Like this fight here with Billy, where he's throwing, as we just saw, saws, and he picks up a chainsaw. At one, he was wielding lead a minute ago. Yeah, he is not to be.
Well, so brave.
And there's his bike again.
Oh, by the way, earlier we were talking about like modern appearances of like 80s icons like Alf. I do remember the Gremlins. They did make a cameo appearance in the Lego Batman movie among a bevy of classic movie villains.
Oh, were they in the fucking spot? Was Space Jam 2?
Yes,
were they fucking there? Oh my god!
Yes, they were also in there.
Did you make a video on Space Jam 2, or you just watched it?
No. I never watched it, but I did do a commentary, a failed commentary, with Dylan and David on the original Space Jam, which unfortunately the recording picked up too much audio from the movie itself to where the video was blocked on YouTube.
I was gonna say a failed commentary makes it sound like Dylan shot himself like halfway through. This will never be seen. You must
Especially when I
never
thought he
listen
was still
to
talking
this.
about Space Jam 2. It's like, you can.
Hey, Andres, let's play some basketball.
I believe I can fly.
Oh, God.
Look at the little snarl that he gives him is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a special effects marvel, again, for the budget that they're working with. The ingenuity that goes into pulling off so much expression is outstanding.
I always wonder, like, I feel like after watching this, I feel like the one I watched was like whatever was on TV. Because there's so many scenes where I'm just like, I don't remember it being this long. Or I don't remember this part. There's no way that bat would still be there.
Well, it's a toy chainsaw, so it's a little duller.
They're in a hardware store.
Well, I see. I think like the air. Here we see Andres on his commute back and forth to work. He's a certain kind of guy. It's called a road. It's called a rainbow road. Throwing bananas at people.
Jeff Bezos said I could do this. Like, what?
See, your workplace, Andres, I imagine like the Clamp Tower in the second film.
Yes.
Yeah, you're onto something there.
I feel like if they made, I know the third one was supposed to be like about the president or everything, but like, can you imagine if there was like Gremlins in an Amazon distribution center?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I'm sure that they would have to touch on that. Like again, Clamp
like right
in the
before
second
Christmas,
film,
just like messing up people's Christmas presents, and then like somebody has to go in and like fight the robots and the Gremlins.
Yeah.
And try not to knock over the bottles full of piss from the workers. Like it just
That's what makes them even angrier.
Yeah. They get
more Gremlins.
When they get wet from piss, they're so mad.
See, this is a toy store. Guns, you give little Billy some lead to open up on Christmas Day. But I don't think that the concept of a Gremlins sequel.
They're at a Menards. Just imagine they're at a Menards.
It's the all-purpose store.
Saving big
Anything
money.
you could ever want.
If there was ever an apocalypse, I would go to a Menards.
1,000%. I am hiding in like the little outdoors patio section with the swings and everything.
Yes.
Where it's comfortable.
Yeah.
I'll be hiding like Marvin, Harry, and Home Alone 2 in the little like children's playhouses.
Yes.
We gotta go visit Andres and knock on the door. Hey, how long has he been in there? He thinks it's his home.
Hey,
what's the password? Alpha Taurus.
Hey, Brayden, this place is great, but there's just no bathroom here.
So is this more like the plant? So you said somebody said something about being about like plants. Is that where this was supposed to lead?
That was the E.T. sequel. No, that was the E.T. thing.
Oh,
was the
Yeah,
plant.
We're like taking the kids over to E.T.'s planet, the green planet, and like help restore like the greenery, the life back to the planet.
that dog totally has to be Benji. It looks just like Benji. I don't know if any of you have seen Benji.
I haven't, unfortunately.
I've heard of Benji in Legend.
Oh,
see, this is so gross. The popping and the pussing, it's great in how it's executed, but it's grotesque.
I guess Benji would be like Beethoven if Beethoven solved crimes, I guess, but not like Wishbone.
That's
solved
McGrath.
crimes. Yeah. Oh God, you guys are all too young for Wishbone too.
Oh no, I grew up with Wishbone.
Okay.
Yeah. Like he dresses up as different characters based on the stories that he experiences.
Thank you. That makes me feel better because I think Nick didn't know what it was.
I'm too old for Wishbone.
Stripe gets to have his awesome Dracula moment here.
Don't you wish our dogs were smart?
What a cutie patootie.
This looks like something from Meet the Feebles. Like he got the thing that the rabbit got.
Oh yeah. What was it? AIDS? No, yeah, it was. It was literally AIDS.
He had the flu because he got better.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's like, I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die, and then he gets his head blown off by the hippopotamus woman.
This is a real movie, folks, by the way, that we're describing.
Yeah.
Directed by none other than
Peter
Jackson.
Yeah.
His grandest work.
I remember the whole time I'm watching this, I'm just like, what? What?
What's the next one of his called? I like the other one. The weird.
No, so Meet the Feebles is first, but you like it's not They Live.
The next one, his second one.
Dead Alive? No.
Dead Alive.
Dead Alive.
Yeah.
When you watch Meet the Feebles, Dead Alive, and then The Hobbit, it makes sense. But like when you just go Meet the Feebles, Lord of the Rings, it's like, why did they give this man a movie?
Well, judging by Meet the Feebles, I think we can definitely say that the Ann Darrow King Kong romance could have been a lot more disturbing, and we're glad he pulled back on that. And,
God, I think I just completely blanked out that he made that movie.
Yeah. The Christmas Eve riots. Lou Landers.
His name is Lou Landers.
Lou Landers. It's amazing though. What a decade for movies. Like I mentioned at the top, this came out the same weekend as Ghostbusters. You had your choice: Theater A, Gremlins; Theater B, Ghostbusters. Why not both in the same day? You can knock them both out. What a weekend! And they were both successes.
Yeah, you could have more than one success. It wasn't like a battle to the death. Like there can only be one.
Imagine that.
And then you always hear about movies where it's like, I don't want to come out the same weekend as this one, so let's move it ahead like a month. It's just like, okay.
Well, and it's not like a thing where, they were both great, but one got because one of my favorite movies of all time is called Midnight Run, which is one of the best buddy comedies with Charles Grodin and Robert De Niro. And that came out the same weekend as Die Hard, Die Hard, obviously another Christmas movie, very well remembered and well regarded, but, two great movies, same weekend, but one gets buried. These were two great, artist driven commercial successes, that we can talk about decades later. One has gotten far worse sequels than the other.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the lesson to learn by. I don't know. Just cautionary tales, ladies and gentlemen. Just look around.
It is like whenever I watch this one, I always just think of like the Back to the Future guy being like, we're not fucking doing anything. Like I made my movies.
I'm done.
You're not doing anything else. I'm just like, I appreciate that level of just like knowing that people are gonna mess with stuff. Like, because like as much as like Nick loves Ghostbusters, we didn't even see the last one. Like,
I still haven't seen it.
Your love of Ghostbusters is like my love of Godzilla, where it's just like, I don't care that he's pink and fights a monkey and there's a baby monkey and there's a dentist visit. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't.
It was like frozen mooches.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Brayden, by the way, all of that she was describing actually did happen in that movie.
There was a dentist visit. Yeah.
I believe, Andres, you were there in person, or not in virtual person, for my reaction to the other one. I don't disbelieve any of that.
I still remember, and I quote, I remember you saying, and I quote, no.
It broke all the soul that I had left to give this franchise.
I love how like Andres is like our sacrificial lamb. We're just like, you watch these shitty movies and you come back and you tell me and Brayden what they are.
Well, no, I was there
living.
I watched that movie with Andres, and when I have not seen the other one that you're describing, but I was there when I heard about all of the leaks, which turned out to be true about, these battle apes at the center of the earth, and they have melee weapons. And I thought to myself there at the time, this has the potential to be a franchise killer. This sounds like such one of those, like a space Godzilla or Bride of Godzilla, that it sounds so outlandish that this couldn't possibly exist. And then it exists and it made money. And so I have your fun, folks. Yeah. It's okay. I don't have to have it with you. But this is the payoff here for his inventions. Again, this will come in great handy. Thank you. it's a sweet moment and a sweet little send off and goodbye. The bye Billy.
It also seems like the Asian
cry.
man is
and the bye bye woof
him.
woof that he gives to the dog at the end. Oh,
Well, this is like, was it James Wong? Why is it not James Wong? It will be if they ever remake this movie. It will be James Wong.
James Wong, yes.
That's my favorite. I think I've said this multiple times on all of these films. That's my favorite celebrity interaction I've ever had is meeting James Wong. I held his hand and we danced around.
He'll survive long enough for me to meet him.
Oh, that he's gonna live forever.
Yes.
Check
Watch,
the
he
closets
just
in the
jinxed
cupboard.
it and he dies next week.
Yo, fuck you! Don't you dare say that. They can take William Shatner. They can't take James Wong. Pete.
I love that end match shot there too of the entire time.
Yeah, I love it. It's
so
beautiful.
picturesque.
I also love that. So we're on Amazon, and what Nick? Can you read out the 4 video recommended movies after this?
All right, let's hear this.
Xena. Oh, what fun!
Yeah, for some reason, Xena. It wants us to
Xena
watch
keeps
Xena.
showing up everywhere. I've noticed.
No Christmas with the Cranks, because in that movie the neighbors are the gremlins. We want Frosty.
Oh, Barney, played by Mushroom.
There we go. No, see,
Mushroom.
the real dog has the goofier name than the fake dog name. It's amazing.
Mushroom.
Suddenly, Mr. Peanut Butter makes a lot of sense from BoJack Horseman.
An absolutely delightful film, though. I think we can.
Absolutely,
This
for
was
sure.
glorious.
Yes.
It was also nice just to do one movie. Just throwing that out there.
Yes,
too.
just one movie.
Spotlight
Yeah.
one single freaking movie.
You're
Yeah.
like, actually, we have Santos versus. They're like,
We're
no.
gonna watch the first episode.
Rise,
of
motherfucker.
Secrets of the Mogwai.
Oh my
Big
God.
payoff.
The secret
No, we're
is that it sucks.
Not a well-kept secret anymore, I suppose.
not.
The secret is that if you feed them at 12:02, good things happen. You're like,
But only 12:02, not a minute more or less.
and we won't tell you if it's AM or PM. You got to figure that out yourself.
But yeah, an absolute, holiday landmark and tradition for many good reasons, but also a hearkening to a delightful time where you can make something this unruly from a major studio, have it be a success. And, it's such a fun idea and was a huge cultural phenomenon. And at the time, one of those films that helped reshape, we didn't bring this up, the movie rating system, along with Temple of Doom. To
That's
where,
probably, the biggest impact that it had on cinema.
Yeah, a lot of the groups.
Right? We talked about that it changed the thing. Yeah.
Oh no, we mentioned it before before we went live.
Sorry.
If it happens before we go live, it's not canon. Everything that we say has to be on.
I'm sorry. I forgot the rules.
Yeah. Sorry. And don't feed Andres after midnight.
No, you don't give Andres.
Wouldn't like me when I'm hungry. Icon has the cheeseburger.
You don't give Andres spicy things when he's in a different country. That's what I've learned. Because then he turns into a person that's off stream in the bathroom for a very long time.
Oh fuck! No, I was like, where the fuck are you going with this? Oh fuck!
What do you mean? Oh, the one big spicy thing that I said.
No. Yeah. When you mentioned the bathroom, it's like, oh fuck! Now I remember.
We all remember.
Never do the one chip challenge, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I don't think you can buy it anymore.
Yeah,
and that right there was the Warner.
Anymore.
I was going to say that right there was the little Warner Brothers communication logo that used to.
Now I remember that logo. Yeah.
Oh, R.I.P. Warner Brothers. Jesus Christ! I wrote an entire 5-page essay on Facebook about it. I was so upset. Yeah. But what a great studio film, and I watched this as they say. I wore the tape out when I was a kid. This movie and the second. But because I had the second one and watched it only on VHS tape before getting the DVD later, I never saw the Hulk Hogan cameo. R.I.P. I guess Hulk Hogan as well. But I never saw that for the longest time. So finally seeing what Thunder Lips was in this, it was amazing as well. Anyway,
now I could be wrong, Brayton, but wasn't there a case like an interview or a news article at some point where where Joe Dante mentioned that like as long as or his stipulation for there being a Gremlins 3 was they needed to be practical effects, no CG Gremlins. Otherwise, he's not making it happen.
I think so. Well, and he's kind of resolved. Sadly, I don't think Joe Dante will ever make another movie again. I think he was so burned by his last few experiences working with a major studio that he's very happy doing.
So like, what's he gonna do?
I know. So how could you? You know, that's part of it. You can't do a CGI Dick Miller. I'd love this. No, you know what? You know, if Joe Dante's doing it, I want to see practical effects. Dick Miller made with puppets and animatronics.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's just a voiceover in the most recent one, isn't he? He's not even like.
Oh, in the most recent, like the most recent Joe Dante film,
in the most recent Joe Dante one, it's like his voice. It's not even him because he had passed away already.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I think. Yeah. So you could do a thing like he did with Kevin McCarthy here, possibly, where they just like in the background on TV or whatever they have it. But again, what kid these days?
That would be very like
that would be a little too inside, I suppose. Yeah, but I was wondering. I was gonna say that, like, you could show it in the background on TV, but unfortunately, what kid or person under the age of 60 other than us are watching Dick Miller movies anymore, which is another sad reality. But no, I think you're right on the money though about what he has said about Gremlins 3, and it's come up again. And I saw a brief interview clip with him doing something where it's like, I wish him the best, and that's all I have to say about that. And then he flew away on his magic carpet.
He's like, that's all, folks.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so he's not going to be involved whatsoever if they do that. The only thing, what I wish he would do is, because he worked so closely with Roger Corman. Again, another RIP. It's come flooding down. But he was forever trying to do a movie about Roger Corman called The Man with Kaleidoscope Eyes, I think it was called, or something like that. Well, and they did a live reading of the script where they had Bill Hader play a young Roger Corman for a live reading thing.
That sounds amazing.
And it was a success, but there's no recording of this anywhere. So if he does one last film, I think that would be like a sweet sort of career capper for him, because that's where he started. That's where all these creature features he made his bones originally with, began for him, learning those lessons from make it quick, make it cheap filmmaking. So
I feel like that's kind of like that would be the equivalent of like westerns. Like if they made like movies about like these like B movie directors, that would be the same thing as just like we came into the town and it was just like we did what we had to do. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. It would be great.
You could play around, especially with Corman and stuff. You could play around with the true story in the same way they did with Ed Wood and stuff.
I was just saying, like, you could make an Ed Wood, but a Roger Corman movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do that. I mean, I think it's the same writers who did the Ed Wood that did the Dolomite film from a few years back, which is great as well. So I think, I don't like biopics, pretty largely speaking, but when they're about obscure filmmakers who I'm actually interested in, and they're pulled off with actual genuine warmth and affection, I think they're done really well. And if he were to direct it, him having that tie directly to Roger Corman would be, he idolized the man, so it'd be perfect.
It'd be funny if they made like the Weird Al one and just made it outrageous.
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Like, bring in the dinosaur. But like, it was really hard to get the dinosaur to work with us, but we got him.
Well, from what I understand, the Weird Al thing is just a total joke. So you could do anything.
Which I feel like Roger Corman would appreciate.
I think he would. And but it's weird though, like when you have biopics with like Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen now, when they're still alive, I don't want to live to see my biopic,
I was so confused. I did not. Because what's the one that has Hugh Jackman? Is that the Bruce Springsteen one?
Oh, is he in that? I don't.
Who plays Bruce Springsteen in the Bruce Springsteen one?
One of the new hot heartthrobs. I don't know.
Like, Hugh Jackman is, what is it? He's in one of those like biopic ones though that just came out recently.
Jeremy Allen White is the guy who plays Springsteen. He kind of has like a weird sort of Gene Wilder look to him. So I've seen like fan castings of.
Yeah, I can see that.
Why didn't they pick him for Wonka? Maybe, I don't know.
I'll look into it.
Why would you be an actor if you can't read? Do they give you all of your scripts and like?
I think that's what they do though. I think like there's somebody who's like a new up and comer that can't read. I don't know.
That's probably a really shitty thing I just said, because I'm sure there are tons of like you said, dyslexic and illiterate actors out there.
What's the matter with you, idiot? You can't read?
Fucking ableist piece of shit, Brayton.
Read the letters, stupid.
A, B, C, D.
To be or not to boy.
I'm sure they can memorize a script just as well on audiobook or whatever. They get their scripts all through Audible and they're fine. But
when you're filming the fucking Damra thing, I'm gonna look over and Andres is gonna have like script on his face like Marlon Brando, and you just walk slowly so I can read it.
He's gonna have the yellow Post-it notes on Tom Servo's head.
Yes.
Now I just got to find a midget somewhere to take.
Yeah, but watch Tom Servo. Which Tom Servo is going to have on there?
Which of the 8 Tom Servos do I have? Will have the Post-it notes. It'll be the one that Andres knocked its head off. That will be knocked its block.
I'll take one
off.
of your Tom Servos. I wouldn't mind one of those.
Yeah, you can have it. Whatever. I don't care.
I'll
just
buy
throwing
it
these
from you.
things
I'll
out
give
at
you
this
money.
point.
I'll come get it.
I can make you one. It takes like $5 in a week.
You got to use the one that you got to give her the one that I portrayed during the Camp Gamera sequence.
That sounds good.
Yeah, with the hat, the little
hat.
hat.
I am not a merry man.
I'll take that one. I'll come get it. Every time I see a sign with your city on it, I tell Nick, I'm like, that's Sexy Man Town. That's where Brayton lives.
You are like the only person I've ever heard call Davenport Sexy Man Town. I mean, are you seeing the men in this town?
No, because it has that's where Jason Momoa's from.
What? No, he's not.
Yeah, no, he is.
Jason Momoa, you cannot convince me that man is from Davenport, Iowa.
No, he's from Davenport, Iowa. He played on the same football. So he's like he was a senior in high school when Brandon Roth was there.
I can't believe it. Don't believe it. Won't believe it.
Let's see. Okay. So shortly after his birth, his parents divorced, and he and his mother moved to Norwalk, Iowa, where he was raised.
Norwalk. That's a long walk away from me. So
it is not, actually.
I don't know. I'm just proud that I'm from around these outskirts.
From Canada?
I'm a transplant to Davenport. I was gonna say I'm a transplant here, but
does that make you an XP or an immigrant?
Andres, these are rough times we're living in. As the only border hopper here, let's drop it, okay? Anyway, if we can circle back to the film at hand.
Is that ice at your door, Brayton?
They've come for me. They're here. I gotta get in my stairway.
I don't know how they found me, but I'm here. Run for it, Andres.
Just tell them you're a hockey player. It's fine.
That's it.
I'm here from Canada on a hockey player ticket thing. I don't know.
I don't know. Like me, an alien, illegal alien. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Shit.
Earth dudes are easy. Like, that's not the movie you're in.
Antlers start to grow from my head. That's one thing I do like about the second film too, is they have that Canadian restaurant where like there's a mountain waitress and we need that theming. Okay, is the audience saying anything, Andres? This is your shit. You go down with it.
I thought we logged off.
It's no. We're still on. We still have 4 viewers left. We've been at this for 2.5 hours, which seems like a decent place to stop.
The party's just started.
I did want to give a chance for anyone to ask us some Q&A questions, given that we're finished wrapping up early. Hey, we got my old buddy from San Diego, Pete here. I missed the whole thing. Yes, you did. We finished Gremlins about 10 minutes ago. But
you just have to wait another 365 days and then you can watch it again.
You were supposed to be my entertainment while I build this keyboard. Well, too fucking bad, Pete. You know what they say? You snooze, you lose. Oh, and we do have Doomzilla in here once again. Thank you very much for joining us midway through the stream. So it looks like we still have an active chat. So I do want to give, let's say we can go on for another 10 or so minutes. No board for you, Andres. Well, fine. I never asked for one, Pete. By the way, I'm going to be in San Diego, not next week, but the week after. So if you want to hang out, reach out to me.
He's like, nah,
You'll
I'm
be
good.
there to fight Pete in the streets over your
Yes. So what was it? So I did want to give the chance for anyone to ask us questions about anything and everything. The funny thing is that used to be what the Halloween live streams were for initially when I started them. They were just like these 2-hour, 3-hour Q&A sessions before I turned them into commentaries, live watch parties, because the Christmas ones that I had started doing from 2019 onwards were a success. So then I ended up transposing that onto the Halloween streams. So again, given that we just did
now
one
you
movie,
just stream the holidays.
Yes, I just do that. That's just what I mostly do. Get ready for the Labor Day live stream.
Oh shit! But let's not do Lincoln's birthday like we've been alluding to, because similarly, I was flashed by a forefather.
I haven't. The hat didn't match the drapes. You're like, what are you talking about?
The museum is right across the river from me, and I haven't seen any of the sites in Springfield. So we can do that, Andres, if you ever come through here. Go through the.
Is there anything Simpsons related in your Springfield?
There are a lot of Homers walking around the streets, I can tell you that. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Okay. But yeah, for anyone who wants to ask us any questions, we can go until like 2 hours and 45 minutes. So that's about like 7 minutes, just whatever questions you guys have for us, we can gladly answer them.
You can ask Brayton what's his favorite Sunday if you want.
Yes.
What is your favorite Sunday, Brayton?
What?
What do you like to do on a Sunday? Oh. Like, what's your favorite thing to do on a Sunday?
That's seriously the question?
No.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. I wake up, I jump out of bed, drag a comb across my head, go outside. And... I'm not doing much at the moment because, like I alluded to, we are snowed fucking in. I sent you, Andres, a picture of my backyard, the field of my. It's all white.
Do we just?
It's a winter wonderland.
The two of us. Do we just send Andres pictures of our like? This is what it looks like in Iowa.
Don't you wish you were here? Don't you want to come?
Look at the snow.
We could go snowmobiling. We could be fun. It would be fun.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Look at this snowmobile. Every time I do, I have a meal. Okay. Andres, don't you want to promote?
Did you turn into the bare naked ladies there? What was that?
Well, I was going to be frozen into a bare naked Brayton, as we alluded to before the stream as well, but let's not regale the audience's ears with that.
Told you 80 times, it's cold. It's cold out here. Things shrink when it's cold.
Andy, it's cold outside.
Andres, aren't you doing a secondary stream at some point before leaving for the holidays?
We're doing it today.
Yes.
Today? What?
I guess. Yeah. It's technically tomorrow right now for you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we can't eat after midnight.
I'm so used to these being at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, it's only 12:40. Okay.
Let me see if I can find the image here so I can share it on screen. But yes, we do have a live stream that Laura and I are going to appear on tomorrow over on the Monstrosities Tokusatsu vlog channel, where me, Matt, Josh, Laura, and I will all be talking about our experiences working on Media Blaster's Blu-ray of Kamen Rider the First and Kamen Rider the Next, as the set is known as, Kamen Rider Dyad. So
as if I will be asking them questions because I didn't do shit.
You did a lot of translating, so there's
I'll be the mistress of ceremonies and be like, I translated this thing, but otherwise, here's a question for all of y'all.
Yes. Let's see here. Still trying to find that image here. But yeah, we worked on a Kamen Rider Blu-ray. It was a lot of fun, a lot of hard work. We poured our love, sweat, and tears into that project, and now it is
being
shipped out.
How much sweat? Just I'm curious.
To quote a certain truth teller, Brayton, you don't want to know.
Okay.
We sweated all the sweat. How about that?
More than I wanted to know.
Yes. Let's see. Just trying to bring up the photo image here. Just wish that it didn't take this long. There we go. Oh, that's not it. There we go. The making of Kamen Rider Dyad. So that is the thumbnail for the live stream we'll be on. Whoops, looks like we lost Nick and Laura. If they come back, I'll certainly add them in. But yeah, so if you want to know what it was like for us to work on this Blu-ray and everything that went into us creating the interviews, the commentaries, the liner notes that I wrote, do feel free to check it out. We would certainly love your support. As for where you can get Kamen Rider Dyad, there they are. As for where you can get Kamen Rider Dyad, unfortunately, so there was the special edition and the standard edition. The special edition was limited to 1,000 copies and had sold out as of last week. So, unfortunately, if you have not already purchased Kamen Rider Dyad, you're out of luck with the special edition. I ordered a copy myself on top of the commission copy that I was contractually promised.
So you can go over to Andres' house and watch it with him.
Probably no, don't stay away from my house. But,
I know where you
live. Do you though?
Oh
wait, no, you have. That's right. You have sent me stuff. That's how I have this thing.
I know exactly where you live. I just know the town. I know your condo number.
But there will be a standard edition that will be released soon. We don't have an exact release date for Dyad. We know that the special edition is being shipped out as we speak. Yesterday, I had gotten my notification that the copy that I purchased is on its way, and some people have already received theirs. So it's sort of like a first come first serve deal, where those who ordered it first are getting theirs shipped out first.
How was your commission thing not the first come though? Weren't you not the first one there?
We don't know. I mean, that's the thing when working with Media Blasters, is that we're contractors. We're not kept in the loop as to how these things are proceeded. But yeah, I try not to question it. But like I was saying, there is a standard edition. Our commentaries will still be on it. I don't know if my liner notes will be on that version, but we can guarantee that a lot of the information that we provided will be accessible there. So yeah, definitely once the Kamen Rider Dyad Standard Edition comes out, I'll be sure to let you guys know on social media and on whatever videos I happen to be making around that time. But definitely keep an eye out for that. And do follow Media Blasters over on their various social media sites in order to stay up to date with Kamen Rider Dyad and our next big project, which we will be talking about hopefully soon. We just can't give away too much of what our next collab with Media Blasters will be. But
I really thought you were going to say it. I was like, what are you doing?
I mean, if you've been following Media Blasters' social media post, you'll probably can guess what it is that we'll be working on.
No, I can neither confirm nor deny that you should just pay attention to the greatness that is about to bestow upon all of you all.
Exactly, and we can guarantee that you'll be seeing something from Laura and I specifically when that happens. So yeah.
So excited.
Yes, and I just can't hide it. We're about to lose control, and we know we'll like it. So yeah, like I said, definitely check out the Kamen Rider Dyad live stream over on Matt Burkett's Monstrosities channel tomorrow. So since we don't have any questions for to wrap things up, I'd say now is about a great time to call it a night, guys. So do any of you have anything you'd like to share or promote before we head out?
We're good over here.
All right, Brayton.
I'll have things next time we do a live stream.
You promised that last time.
I'll wait for Santa to deliver me some mercy.
Santa's not real. Aren't you Jewish?
I feel really bad if we ruin that for somebody in the audience. If some kid out there was way past their bedtime watching us tonight and had their whole
Godzilla
life.
fan 2020 is just like,
no Santa. Sorry, JF.
Like we've established throughout this year and years past, we are a Santo Claus household.
Yes.
Thank you
Absolutely.
very much.
But the Easter Bunny, totally legit.
For sure.
Which will
And
probably be our next stream.
Then when will we do the Tooth Fairy stream?
I said Easter Bunny.
I know that, but like,
Well,
we
Tooth
know
Fairy
when Easter
doesn't
is.
have holiday. He comes whenever.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
true. That's true. So then anything that we don't do
This
on a
would be
holiday,
weird if we found out that Andres could only lose a tooth on a specific day. It's granted, like, if it's not May 17th, it's not Tooth Fairy.
you got to
Day.
collect
Sorry,
all your
bud.
teeth for that special day.
Did your toothbrush rip out? No, Mom, no, it's still in there. It's still in there.
You didn't
I'll
cash
find out
in
for that
just
50
yet,
cents
did
for
you?
my pillow.
For whatever the next Media Blasters project is, will you be mailing out your collection of teeth with the special editions of whatever may or may not be?
Unfortunately, I cannot make any promises, Brayden.
Oh, you don't want to
So,
get any
Brayden,
hopes
if
up,
you
so-
get your niece and nephew's teeth, I can get Griffin's teeth. We could totally not do this because it sounds horrific.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I have been Andres Perez, aka Kaiju Noir. These have been my wonderful co-hosts, Laura, Nick, and Brayton. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us this evening. We hope you had a lot of fun, as did we. So have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, a Happy New Year. And thank you very much again for all of your support, not just on YouTube, but on a lot of the projects that we have done throughout this year. Thank you very much again to everyone in the chat, anyone who happens to be watching this stream after the fact. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of the year, and we'll see you guys hopefully in 2026. So until next time, everybody, take care. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good
A
night.
bright light?
Bright light!
Ah.
Bright lights!
No, I was trying to do. Oh, what's the theme? Nick, sing the theme. Yeah.